Hey y'all, get in here, get comfortable. Get in here and get comfortable. We got to go over this show and listen. It took me longer than it normally should have to be ready tonight because there was a lot that went on. It was a lot that was said. I'm gonna just go ahead and say these ladies saved their genuine energy for the last episode, and that don't make no sense. Why would y'all wait all season long and then start acting like real people when the season is over? Like, what's really going on? Y'all tell Eliza, hey, my emotional support elephant is in the building. Of course, we got the vertical going in our regular live to make sure that everybody knows that we're live, especially since I ended up going live so much later than I normally would. As promised, I did comb my head. Okay. It did not go well. I'm just going to tell you that it did not go well. I broke off a lot of hair trying to have braids. So, needless to say, not that y'all asked, I will not be able to do braids again because it broke off a lot of my hair. Y'all, I pulled out so much hair. I had enough hair come out my head. I could have gave Pinky some hair and she could have stopped me and bald headed. I promise you. That's how much hair broke out of my head. Y'all, so much hair came out my head. I told Peanut I was surprised I had hair left. Okay. Why the screen is buffering. But give me 1 second. Y'all notice it did that the other week too. So hold on. One second, y'all. One second. All right. Let's go ahead and get this straight. Am I still buffering, guys? Let me know. Because once I get going, I don't want to have to stop. Am I still buffering? Anybody? Apparently I am because nobody can hear me. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So the other one completely froze, and that's all right. That's all right. I went ahead and closed it completely out, and we'll open it back up. Like it froze so bad it won't even drop off the screen. So yeah, we was having real technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on with it, but we will get to the bottom of it. Okay. We will get to the bottom of it. Nah, Texas Passion, it wasn't on you. Something happened with StreamYard on the laptop. It did that the other week and it did it again tonight. Okay. So I'm gonna come on back in and I think we should be good to go. All right. Because we got a lot to talk about tonight, honey. All right. All right. Am I good to go now? Okay. Am I good? Can y'all see me now? All right. So housekeeping real quick. Y'all make sure, thank you, Miss Diane. So y'all make sure you hit the like button, put your like number in the chat. Do not forget your engagement button on the bottom right hand side, the circle with the heart emoji. Make sure you send up bubbles. You know I'm sensitive. I'm gonna need that. Greet folks as you come in. If y'all must curse, please misspell your curse words. I know y'all have strong feelings about these folks on the show. Just be aware that your favorite may not be someone else's and vice versa. Be aware that your host don't like none of these heifers, so I can drag anybody at any given time. Don't be upset. Don't be shook. And don't celebrate too good, because just because I'm dragging the one you want to drag this week, I might end up dragging your fave next week, okay? Also, let's be kind to our moderators. They're here to make sure you're safe, and me too. And yeah, put your like number in the chat. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, please put FTL for first time live in the chat so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we are indeed very happy to have you here. All right. So look, tell me right now. I want the ratings. I know I normally ask y'all how y'all rating these shows at the end of the show. Not tonight. I want to know 1 through 10 what y'all gave them. Tell me why. Don't write no book. 1 through 10 what you're giving them. Tell me why. Because I got a lot of notes to get through, and I had a lot of thoughts tonight. And I really personally feel like these heifers kept their genuine story and genuine energy until the last episode. And what was the point of that? Like, they did all right this season. They have definitely had worse seasons. However, they could have done a lot better had we gotten this version of these heifers at the beginning of the season. Had they done this the whole season, I wouldn't have had a whole lot of critiques for them. Any of them, to be honest, including Shamia. She still did some weird stuff, but had she given us this from the beginning, I would have had very little critique for her and the rest of them too. So I'm just being very honest and transparent when I say I'm very disappointed. While I'm not disappointed in the episode, I'm very disappointed that these hookers waited till the very end of the season to give us genuine story and genuine energy. Now, that's my attitude. Tell me what y'all think and what y'all giving them. Delicious is like number 17. Thank you, Miss Nisi. Thank you for being 20. Political Junkie, thank you for being 18. Girl, you took your sleepy meds. I know that's right. Miss Lovely T, thank you for being 22. Auntie Eva, thank you for being 23. Anybody that cycled out before I could thank you, I'm sorry, but I appreciate you being here, and thank you for hitting the like button. Yanni, what's up, boo? Hit the like button for me. Diva 2, thank you so much for being 23. I appreciate you. I do. Queen of Hearts KS, thank you so much for being 24. Our girl believes in JB is 32. Hyper, hey, honey. Thank you for being like number 23. D Wonderful DS is up in here. Okay, she greeting everybody. And you know she here to run that reflection corner because she crazy and she be running her mouth. And we love her. DV, thank you for being number 30. Dana Brown in the house. She number 36. Black Smile is 37. And we thank you. My girl Deborah Randall, who makes Housewives Talk legal on this channel because she keep it straight. Y'all show her some love. Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady, is here. And she's reminding you to also hit that engagement button and your like button. My boo Nap Queen New Orleans is like number 41. Hey, baby. Silly boy, where you been? I missed you. Now, this sweetheart is also from New Zealand, just like DT. And we love our New Zealand folks, ain't it? We love them. Child Belicious, sick of production. She tired of them. She done had it, y'all. She done had it. Adrian Marie, hey boo, thank you so much for being like number 46. Our girl Yvette is here all the way from Birmingham, UK. Our Birmingham beauty is in the house. Richard, what's up, cousin? Thank you for being like number 50. Appreciate you being here. Pink Pilates Princess is also number 50. So glad to see you. Jackie Gaines, my good sis, in here, and she's 48. Hey, Lady Ro, how you doing? Miss Thelma is here. Y'all hit the like button. I appreciate y'all letting me know I was buffering because I surely didn't know until you told me. Irisha, hey, beautiful lady, how are you? All right. What you say, Vet? Me too. No more braids for me. Too much breakage because of sweating in my head. I miss them though. Girl, I like the braids. I like because I don't like nothing. I don't like to comb my hair. So anything that will give me an opportunity and an excuse not to comb my hair, I love. But baby, when them braids came out, I wasn't gonna have no hair left to comb. I'm Butterfly. Thank you for being number 59. You and my sis Lulu's little girl. How you doing, sister? Glad you made it. Hey, Anna, thank you for being 61. Miss Red is 60. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Cat 63, Shine Bright 66. I appreciate y'all. Come on in, get comfortable. I know y'all got plenty to say, and we're going to get on into it. Ain't no need in dragging it out. Hey, Teresa, thank you for being 65, girl. Mm-hmm. All right, AP in the house. Hey, AP. How you doing? Hit the like button. Texas Passion is 68. Hey, what's up, Innocent Instigator? Child, you sleepy. I know, but I had to get through them conversations. It was a lot going on. It was, and I didn't want to miss nothing. I really didn't. Miss Diane, thank you so much for being here, girl. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. Sanji. Hey, Sanji. You don't know your like number, but you're here, and I appreciate that. I do. Lady RHOA 78. Yvette say she gave him a 7 this episode. Let me see what the rest of y'all rated these women for this show. What y'all gave them. Shonda Love, thank you for being 88. Hey, Jay Stokes. How you doing, beautiful? What's up, Creeby? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Put your like number in the chat. Thank you for being 96. Auntie Eva, you gave them an 8. It felt like the old housewives. It kind of did. You know why? Because they wasn't being so super fake this episode. I'm very disappointed that they waited until the absolute last episode of the entire season to give us genuine story, genuine behavior, genuine responses to things. Okay. Thank you for being number 9. She said it was a good episode. She's giving it a strong 9. Okay. I feel you. Been a while since I caught a live, but you be watching the replays. Oh, we love you, boo. Bria Africana. Oh, ain't she pretty? All right, girl. Thank you for being number 97. Sinclair Baptiste say she giving them an 8. They can get an 8. Miss Walker say it's only 87 likes, and the people is in here. Y'all, please don't treat me like that. Don't treat me like that. Innocent Instigator say she gave him a 7. That's a mess. Dana Brown 8. Hey, Camille Fun, hit the like button. T Monique in the house. Hey, boo. How you doing? Thank you for being number 89. Dana Brown say she agree with me. Okay, they had no business holding until the very end of the season. Adrian say it was an episode that should have been in the first half of the season. I agree. That's exactly how it felt. It felt like this should have been, if not in the first half, definitely by the midway point. There's no way we should have gotten this at the very end. I feel like they definitely cheated us out of an actual show. Yvette, thank you. She said 8.8. It was enjoyable, not messy for no reason except for Shamia's paperwork. That was so messy. It was valid. The paperwork was valid, but it was a little messy. Dana Brown, Dana on my side. Dana on my side with this. And I blame Porsha for about a good 40% of that. I blame Porsha for a hot 40%. You can't watch the 8 Pacific time. Okay, I appreciate you. You ain't get a chance to see it yet, but you know your sis gonna tell you everything. Arisha says she gave him an 8, decent episode. Mm-hmm. Hey, Latrice, thank you for being number 98. Royal D15 said 95. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something ain't right. Something wasn't right. I just don't like that. I don't like the way it went. I enjoyed the episode. I can't pretend I did not. Hey, cool game. Always cool and always in the building. I'm so glad you're here. Hit the like button, baby. Is that my sis Tiffany? Hey, boo. Glad you caught the show. They've been baby. They stay shadow banning your auntie. They stay shadow banning me because I say what I want to say, and ain't nobody gonna police my mouth. And I'm not for sale. Can't nobody buy me, offer me access to nobody, offer me an interview or a gift basket to make me change what the hell I got to say. Mm-hmm. I know. I appreciate you typing my name in to find me. That's how you know we family for real. Deborah say 8. Shamia brings the skull down. However, I don't blame her for sending Drew a bill for the horse. I don't either. I don't blame her for it. I just feel like, why did you not just send her the bill? Hey, Big Red. That's what the people saying, but I ain't heard it from Bravo. Until I hear it from Bravo, I'm not going, because people make up rumors online and run with it, and absolutely not. Oh, thank you, Miss Diane. I appreciate that. I do. Whatever you say, she gonna give him an 8. Is that Carrie? Carrie, is that you, girl? Is that my sister Carrie? Let me know. That picture looked like you. Iron Butterfly gave him an 8.5. Big Red 8. Peanut girl. You from Ocala? Who this is? Now you know Ocala ain't but so big, so you may as well tell me who this is. Who is calling themselves Peanut Girl? Is you saying you Peanut Girl, or you the girl that sell peanuts? Because that could be a few people. Nah, who is this? Is this somebody that know me as Field Daughter, or you know me as Hey Girl? Who is this? From Ocala, and welcome, and thank you for being like number 99. Okay, listen, y'all don't understand how excited I am anytime home team is in the house. Silly boy done got that membership back, got that crown back on. I'm so glad you back. Y'all put welcome back in the chat. Big Red say 805. Hey TG, thank you for being like number 100. Happy August to you too. All right, or as my good auntie like to say, happy new month. All right, Bria Africana say she gonna give him a 7. So did Yvette. KP Gill, my good sister Queena. Hey, boo. Thank you for being like number 106. So look, hey, Weedy Poo. All right, listen, y'all doing me dirty on them likes. We almost 60 down on likes, or actually at this point, probably over 60. I'm going to tell you like this. We have a lot of notes to get through tonight. So I'm not going to stop to, hey, Juan, hey, Sasha Bunny. I see people in here, but you know, it's filling up quick. And I don't want to just drag things out. Cent 58 Symmetry, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for hitting the like button. I just want to holler at everybody real quick if I can. If I miss you, please know I love you. It's just, hey, Michelle Gray. It's just that we got to get into it. It's a lot of pages of notes tonight. And Eliza is here kicking it with me, but we got to get through it, okay? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pages of notes. So I'm going to just say up front one time. Hey, Philly Joint, thank you for being 131. Hey, Ian, nephew, where you been? We missed you. I'm going to say this one time and we got to get into it. I can't stay here and beg y'all to hit the like button all night. We got 13, 14 pages of notes to slide through. So I'm begging one time for the one time. Please hit the like button. Hey, Nika J. Hey, Sean. Hey, J. Rochelle. How you been? Please hit the like button. Please put your like number in the chat. The fact that I got 14 pages of notes should let y'all know that's why we starting late, because it was a lot to write down. This is not a 5-6 page night. So please, y'all, treat me right. Risha, thank you for the super sticker. Boo, this is my first support of the whole night. And I thank you. I appreciate you, Antoinette. Thank you for being 136. So please, y'all, don't make my moderators have to beg for likes. Don't make me have to beg for likes, because we got to get through these cotton picking notes. Okay, Party Capricorn, thank you for being 141. All right. Who this is here? Wait. Do I see a new person? I know we got to get into it, but when I see new people, I want to greet. I don't want folks to think we don't appreciate them for being here. And I'm having a hard time keeping up. Okay. Josanne Simmons, welcome. I would remember that name. Y'all spam the chat with the word welcome. Let's welcome Josanne to the chat. Okay. Anybody who's here for the first time, we thank you. We appreciate you. But please make yourselves at home, make yourselves comfortable. Please misspell your cuss words and buckle up, because we got to go. All right. So listen, sis on the phone slid in. Y'all know she's our moderator that hangs out in the skybox. All right. So please behave. Her fingers is quick. Okay. Fingers is quick. Hey, Brian. So look, we have made it to the season finale of RHOA. We made it all the way through. We have survived this season. This season was not as bad as others, but it did have some moments that had us looking for the reunion halfway through the season. By the midway trailer, a lot of us was like, yeah, let's get to the reunion. But we made it. They started off recapping the whole season. I ain't finna tell you I watched all that, because we already watched the season. I don't understand the purpose of recapping the season. I guess just for dramatic effect. Then the first thing we get is that Porsha's having a go naked photo shoot with her. Hey, Tiki tunes in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being 137. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, wow. Love when pretty girls come on through. They did the go naked photo shoot with the little matching gray dresses, in different styles, gray in different fonts. With Drew, Cynthia, and Porsha. And I guess that was just to promote the business, just a quick little pop of something. And then they, of course, got to make things inappropriate and sexual for no apparent reason. So, oh yeah, kiss on the mouth, next shot in my room, all this other stuff. I guess that's just, to make Andy happy, because y'all know Andy likes sleazy. So we get past that. Then we get the Pinky, not hanky panky, stanky Pinky. So she's over there with her crew talking about, that, what'd she say? Oh yeah, she said she told her team that she had bought her business back and that she was opening up a franchise in Las Vegas and in Washington, D.C. Okay. Hey, Anita Season. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's your first time responding in the chat. That means it's your first time live, technically, because we ain't talked to you. Y'all spam the chat and tell Anita welcome. And I do mean spam it. I'm going to put welcome in there. So if I'm participating, please, y'all do so as well. Welcome, Anita. Okay. So then we get to K. Michelle. Okay. These are all the little pops, some little quick scenes before we really get to the meat and the potatoes. Then we get K. Michelle talking to her team. And then we see that she's planning her listening party. Okay. And I got to talk about this because her little pop was not a harmless little pop. And I don't really care, whether somebody, be cool or come out of a bag on me. I'm going to say it. K. Michelle pissing me off. K. Michelle is pissing me off. Now, she is somebody that I love her music. I did enjoy her on Love and Hip Hop. But if I'm going to be completely fair and honest, she pissing me off. And I'm going to tell you why. It don't even sound genuine when she up there talking about, getting ready for her music and this is what she loves. And I was enjoying that. Next thing I know, I'm African-American, and I'm like, okay, first of all, that don't even sound natural, nor does it flow, nor do we sit up and call ourselves that back to back. It's like, hey, Michelle, you trying to be funny and it's not funny. Hey, Blue Devil, babe, thank you for being like number 153. Thank you for being here. She trying to be funny and it's not funny. It's awkward, it's weird, it's ignorant. It's just like what she kept doing over there in Scotland. I don't know why people get money and try to do stuff that's not of our culture. Like, oh, if we're Black, we're only allowed to do certain things. Now I'm the only African-American, the only African. First of all, I don't know now Negro that sit up and call themselves African-American 20, 30, 40 freaking times. And she called herself trying to be funny, and I don't think it's funny. Thank you, Anita. They all full of crap. Yes. Hey, blessed woman of God, thank you for being 153. I done had just about enough of her mess. Philly Joint, it bothered you too? That pissed me off. That legit pissed me off. We buried that with Jesse Jackson. Okay? And I mean it just like it sounds. We buried that with Jesse. Jesse made that mess up. He didn't necessarily make it up, but he dug it out the crates because nobody was using it. Trying to plaster that on people while still calling himself Cherokee. When Jesse went in the box, that did too. And the fact that she kept doing it over and over and over. K. Michelle, please go to hell. Thank you. Thank you, Anita. It was too disrespectful and I really couldn't hardly take no more. I sat there and counted 3 times back to back. Who the hell talk like that? I've been Black my whole life. And yes, there's other Black women in country. She ain't the only one. Enough is enough. But K. Michelle's starting to get on my last good nerve with a lot of her shenanigans. But don't worry, we're going to get into it just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. So anyway, then we get to the meetup between K. Michelle, Pinky, and Shamia. Well, they go to another Halloween situation, which I found interesting because didn't K. Michelle say, God told me I couldn't go to Shamia Halloween party? Put a 2 in the chat if you remember that's what she said, because that's what I thought I heard. That's what I thought I heard her say. Hey, D. Michelle Lovely, thank you for being 155, girl. Right, girl, they done reclassified us 4, 5, 6 times. They done called us Negro, Indian, colored, black, back to colored, and then Jesse come with that bull crap. And ain't none of us really went for that. Okay, so that is what K. Michelle said, right? So she sat up there, say God told her she couldn't go to the girl Halloween party, and only to show up later anyway, because I think she got the heads up that the plan was they was going to ambush Angela and try to embarrass her with George and Tinkerbell, with the leprechaun and Tinkerbell. Okay. So, yeah, K. Michelle is a walking, talking contradiction, but then she shows up to a Halloween haunted barn. I don't even know what that was, but it was a mess. And I do like the fact that they met up and the children got to hang together. I've been saying all season, we have not gotten enough of the children. I love to see the ladies with their children for one huge reason. It humanizes them. And I think that's so very important, especially on shows with Black ensemble cast. It humanizes you. We want to see you as mothers. These women, that even the ones you may not necessarily like, if you could see them as mamas, you know, it humanizes them. It helps you to see them as people and not just these characters they portray on these shows. Right. All that done happen. You got that right, innocent instigator. Mm-hmm. But listen, but it was just so odd for me, one, that we got Shamia and Pinky showing up because they children can go play and all of that, but then turn around, K. Michelle, you ain't got no children. Your son grown. That boy should be out of college by now, ain't he? Something, I believe. There you go. Something ain't right with that, other than y'all just met up to be messy. But I said, whatever. At this point, a win is a win. I take what I can get. At least we got to see the cute little babies for a couple of minutes, and they were all just as cute as they could be. Y'all know how I love, the munchkins. I want to get the jaws and spoil them and make them real happy. They're just so adorable. But we got them for only a split second, and then they took off. Of course, you got K. Michelle, like, I wanted a little girl, but I got a lot of daughters, basically calling, Pinky children, apparently, and Shamia children, her nieces, and she'll just do anything for them. And I'm just like, girl, do you even know her like that to be talking about her children as your nieces? To me, that came off very disingenuous and fake. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Very disingenuous, very fake. I was just like, okay, where we going with this? Now, Kay did not go into the haunted barn. And I said, you know what? It makes sense that you wouldn't go in the haunted barn because you ain't had no child. You came to the place in the first place, but you went in, at least you didn't go into the barn. So I'm in the middle of giving her props for at least, not going that far. And she turned around, she out there talking to the staff at the haunted barn about Drew. Why is Drew Sidora on your brain? You done met up with Pinky and Shamia so they children could play at the Devil Day festivities. And instead of y'all keeping it light and motherly or whatever, or waiting till y'all sat down, she couldn't even wait till they sat down. Couldn't even wait till they sat down to start talking about Drew. She up here talking about Drew to strangers that don't even know her. Like, K. Michelle, that's just weird. It's weird. It's creepy. It's crazy. Hey, Lyrics Mom, how you doing, baby? I didn't know you was here. Welcome. So, talking about, oh, yeah, I got a cast member that she would make an excellent witch, and she's an actress. I'm just like, yo, this is not cool. This is not cool at all. Baby, I don't know why they took them children to a haunted barn. I do not know. And then for Pinky to tell her, baby, if you scared, go to church. Ma'am, I'm scared that you don't have them children in church. That's what I'm scared of. Why do you not have your children in the church? But that ain't none of my business. Sunshine, thank you for being 160, honey. Nika say, I think she mad at Drew because she was dealing with Black. K. Michelle was crushing on Black. Something was going on. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know why anybody would be crushing on Black, because Black is hard to look at. Now, I'm going to just say it. I don't care. Black hard to look at. So I hope that ain't it. Anything's possible. Everything's possible. But Black ain't exactly no eye candy. He look hungry. He real small. He look, ain't a lot of meat on them bones. You know, but then again, that might be K Michelle type, or maybe she don't like men that look real good, considering we seen her husband. I ain't saying nothing about that man. I'm just saying he's not exactly, you know, a model. You know, he ain't exactly real buffed and stuff, you know, or whatever. See, innocent instigator, I'm not trying to say that. Say he definitely not cute. See, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that he's not like a model. You know, he's not, you know what I'm trying, y'all know what I'm trying to say, man. Don't do me like that. So as soon as Shamia and the girls get together, first thing they do is clown others and put people down, takes the joy out the whole day. Yeah, they never get together and talk about business or cutting up or, you know, just having fun or making jokes. It's immediately, let's talk about the people who ain't there. Girl, yes, he is. He's strange looking and he got little bitty shoulders. I don't trust men with little bitty shoulders. Okay. So anyway, she does that. The children, you go through the thing. The kids got through walking through the haunted barn. I don't know that I've ever seen a haunted barn, but you know, there it is. And the babies took off their little shoes and went to go jump on the bouncy house. I said, okay, I would have preferred, I'm going to be honest with you. Can I be honest real quick? I know I got a lot of pages to go, but I just want to say, I would have enjoyed seeing those ladies take off their shoes and go in there and play with the children. Like, go be a mama. Like, am I the only one who feels that way? Because as much as I cannot stand Giselle Bryant, I can't stand Giselle Bryant riding or walking, but I love Giselle with her daughters. You see that? The dynamic is undeniable. Giselle by herself or with Robin or with them girls. Giselle with her daughters is cute as a button. Kenya Moore, anywhere. Kenya Moore with Little Brooklyn, love it. We want to see you be human. Like, go play with the kids, have fun. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Instead, they let the children go jump. Oh yeah. We welcomed you, Anita. We so glad to see you. Yeah, blessed woman of God. That would have been fun. That would have been awesome. And Philly Joint, I did love the way the babies introduced themselves. Oh, I absolutely love the way they introduced themselves. They look like little perfect little ladies, little angels. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I could not understand why we didn't get more of that. Blessed by God. How you doing? Thank you for being 165, honey. Yeah, Bravo don't want the Black women to show up as mothers and human. And I just don't like that dynamic. I wanted to see more of the babies. I feel like we got cheated out of the babies all season long. So they sit down and gets to talking. First thing I pank your mouth. Did y'all peep how Drew jumped in? First thing I stanky panky mouth. Not to be confused with hanky panky. Stanky panky, because her attitude stinks too. Oh, stanky panky. Did you see how Drew jumped in? How she butted into the conversation? And I'm just sitting there like, wow. Right? Then here come K Michelle. She always got something to say. And then Pinky, yes, she like Busta Rhymes hype man. And so I'm sitting there and I'm trying to understand, was we watching the same thing? Drew barely talked. The person who had a whole lot to say was Kelli. Kelli jumped in so good that Angela embarrassed the piss out that girl, told her she ain't had a house and not a husband. That's what I saw. Hey, Chiquita, Pinky and Kelli are very negative and very gross. At least K Michelle have her moments here and there where she's not just being a wet blanket in a dark cloud. Stanky Panky is very weird. Stanky Panky is a very weird, strange little woman. Very weird, strange little woman. Okay, Nap Queen, New Orleans. My sis sent me a cash app. That's so sweet. It's my second support of the whole night. I'm going to stop and send a heart to my sister because her sent me love and I love her. Thank you, sissy. So, yeah. So that went on. And then here comes Shamia. Oh, baby, Shamia could not wait. Like, oh, yes, we done already started dishing and complaining about these people. And I want to stop to say this too. We keep seeing, the loser alliance. K Michelle, Stanky Panky, Shamia, and Kelli get together and complain about the other ladies. The minute they get together, it's never anything about themselves. It's always about the other ladies, right? Do y'all think, I'm asking y'all, I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just asking y'all, okay? Stinky, winky, pinky, do. Poo, poo in your shoe. Okay, shout out to Nick Darnell. But listen, do y'all think they doing that because they think the other ladies are doing that? Let me know. Do y'all think that they're getting together talking about other people because they think that the other girls get together immediately and start talking about them? Because maybe that's what they think the other ladies are doing, and so maybe that's why they doing it. I love your name, a B stay winning. I love it. And you got good skin, girl. Listen, we got so many pretty girls over here. Like, I am gagged. Antoinette said, hit me tonight. Pinky looked like a young gag. Ooh. You caught me with that one. I wasn't ready. Dang, that's tough. Tough crowd. I think that maybe that's what's going on. Michelle Gray say, no, they just messy. I was thinking maybe they were doing that because they were under the impression that the other ladies was doing it. Okay, so I'm wrong. My bad. My bad. Hands up. Don't shoot. Innocent instigators say, no, I just think they negative. And look at Kelly's interview. Good point. They all do act like fangirls, and that's real life. They sit up and talk about the show like we talk about the show. But yeah, so then here comes Shamia. She's so excited, like, yeah, you know, that they done started ditching and dissing and let me get in on it. So next thing you know, yeah, that makes sense. DS. This is why you run the reflection corner, because you can't stay out of there. That is a 31.5 second violation. Get in there, check on the chairs. Philly Joint, you snitching on Antoinette, she got to go too? Who else going to jail tonight? Sean say, yep, and the gag is Porsha and the other ladies don't be talking about them. They don't. They sitting up making inappropriate jokes and talking about boyfriends and girlfriends and all the friends and everything. But anyway, so then Shamia was like, this part got me. I want to make sure that y'all caught it if you didn't, let me tell you. So while they having this exchange complaining about Drew saying anything, when Kelli was all over there like she Spliff Star or Flavor Flav, like all on the track, dancing all in the video, Shamia said, yeah, like, are you sleeping with George? Like, come on. So at this point, my man say, wait, so Shamia, you acknowledging that Angela didn't tell nobody you slept with George, that Angela asked you a question? Those of y'all that watch, put a 1 in the chat if y'all peep what Shamia said. She repeated the question back that Angela asked her. So you admitting that the girl asked you a question. She didn't lie on you. She asked you a question. Now, the question she asked definitely had malicious intent. Now, we ain't going to sit up here and pretend like Angela Oakley didn't have malicious intent, because she absolutely did. Y'all know that. The minute you say something about Charles, Angela finna find any and everything. She gonna make everything, like if you got a stick of gum, she gonna ask you, well, did you steal that gum from the Woolworth? Like, she gonna do something nasty to you because you can't say nothing about Charles to her. And she, you know, she like, you know, she done zeroed in. She got her target on Shamia back because she said something about Charles. But Shamia in that moment, I don't think, I know for a fact in my heart, she didn't think about what she was saying. Talking about, yeah, seriously, are you sleeping with George? Like, come on. You're not wrong, Shamia, for saying that was an absurd question. Where you're wrong at is that you admitting that girl asked you a question. You admitting that she asked you a question while running around claiming she lied on you. Now, did she ask a question or did she tell a lie? Because the only person she told something on was George, and George came in and admitted that he said what he said when he said it, but claimed that he only said it because he was drunk and he was lit, and he was drunk and lit and telling a joke. Now, that's what he said. Okay? Yes, the Woolworth. Child, my brother had took some chewing gum from the Woolworth, and my cousin snitched, and my mama beat his tail too. Nika J says Shamia just can't be witty on her comebacks to save her life. Yeah, she can't. But it was the fact that she was running her mouth so good that she admitted that the girl asked the question and did not tell a lie on you. She did not lie on you. All this, she lied on me. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She asked the question to make people think that you was out there hoe hopping. Never think folks should speak. Never. I saw when she did the apology last year, but I didn't see that. Send it to me in Discord. So after that, Pinky was like, well, yeah, I know Angela felt like a fool because both of them came in was like, what is you talking about? That's a lie. And I'm looking at Pinky like, girl, do you not realize them cameras was rolling? Do you not realize the cameras was rolling? Because them people didn't sit up. Hey, the Divine Miss M, thank you for being 177. Hello? That ain't what happened. Them people came up in there. Ashley looked like a deer in the headlights when Angela walked in. They was not expecting Angela. She looked like she wasn't even expecting Angela to be there. That girl looked like she was shook like a bowl of jello. Angela come walking in there, her and them kitten heels. Mrs. Officer walked up in there. That girl said, well, will you ask me about tea? And Angela said, did I ask you for tea? Or did I ask you, do you know her? And the girl couldn't even say, no, you asked for tea. She said, well, to me, that's asking for tea. So the girl admitted to hell, she done lied on Angela. When did they tell her, Angela, you lying? That did not happen. Hey, Paige, thank you for being 178, girl. Then George walked up in there. He ain't tell her she lied. George folded like a lawn chair, admitted that he said it, and then blamed it on alcohol. Now, that's what happened. So Pinky talking about they came there and said that's a lie. No, the hell they didn't. No, they didn't. That's a lie. That's the lie, Pinky. Stanky Pinky. So then you get, here comes Shamia. Baby, she ready to lay it on thick. And Pinky messed up her flow. I don't know if y'all caught that. Shamia was getting ready to get on a roll. You know, she was trying to give y'all the victim express. She had her shoulders going like a locomotive. Chugga, 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 chugga. Baby, she jumped in there. She say, I just feel like I've been dodging bullets 24/7. She said, 7. And held her mouth like that, 7. And I'm like, girl, shut your mouth. Why you holding your mouth like that? And so Pinky say, it's just tit for tat. Shamia was getting ready to go on a whole monologue about how she's the victim, how she being crucified like Christ and nailed to the cross and marched up the hill at Calvary. And she been whipped all night long, all night Friday, all night Saturday. Oh, she was finna give it to us. Child, Pinky done stepped on Shamia lines. It's just tit for tat for me. And you hurt me and I hurt you. And I missed the bright, shiny Shamia. Baby, Shamia wasn't even ready. Shamia looked like she was stuck. Like, I cannot believe you stepped on my lines. Honey, then she was like, well, tell me, am I supposed to just keep ignoring stuff? You know, she said I had to go out here and pet a horse and whatever. Southern Ivy said Shamia being messy, inviting George and the wife, but it backfired. Southern Ivy, it backfired like hell, girl. Where you been? It's been a long time. It backfired so bad. Every episode. At this point, somebody go and check Shamia, see if that girl ain't dehydrated. Because she can't have no water left. She can't have no water left. Check her kidney function. Somebody go draw her blood and check her BUN and creatinine clearance and her albumin. Because check her kidneys. Ain't no way Shamia got no water left. All the crying she been doing all season long. Just get At this point, girl, do you even still piss? Where is the water coming from? Where is it coming from? I know they got a lot of property. Maybe they grow watermelons. She just eat them all day just to replenish herself. I hope she do. Because if not, she's so endangering her health, all that water work she doing. And so basically, she couldn't address the tit for tat other than to say, am I supposed to ignore it? We next go straight to the horse. A horse is a horse, of course. Okay? And I wasn't mad about this horse because how you going to bring a horse to somebody big mansion? This house has a name. They named the house. I ain't never in my life lived in no house with a name. You came in that rich woman property with a horse walking on that expensive grass. You know they ain't got no cheap grass. That ain't no Bermuda grass. That's that good grass. And you got that horse walking on them people good grass and crapping everywhere. What's ailing you? What's wrong with you? Creepy, you know, I got to let them know I'm a good Baptist girl every now and then now. So she talked about that and say she got fined by the HOA in the confessional. She was talking. She said, now if Drew apologized and move on, she ain't going to go after her because she got enough creditors, enough debtors or debt collectors or whatever she said. She was like, but if not, then we're going to have to see about it, right? So I ain't gonna sit up here and pretend like I thought Shamil was gonna do the right thing, because I didn't. To me, I felt like the right thing would have been to let that heifer know right off the rip. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, 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 knock. Miss Thing, your horse left me a present that I didn't ask for. I ain't asked for that. Come get it. I would have got it the next morning. When I woke up and seen horse mess in my yard, I'd have called her. Now you can pick it up, or you could pay somebody to pick it up. Now that's what I would have done. So I'm not mad at Shamil about being displeased by horse crap. You know how stank horse mess is, drawing flies in that girl expensive yard? I didn't like that. She wasn't wrong. So then K. Michelle did the weirdest segue into talking about the listening party. I just want to get all the girls together. I know you got to fight for your family, but I want to get everybody together. Everybody's invited. And then she in the confessional still claiming Drew did some petty stuff to her. At this point, you either need to tell us what Drew did, that you would shut the hell up about it. Because at this point, I don't believe Drew did nothing to her. I don't. The reality is, K. Michelle came there looking for a beef with that girl, and the girl wasn't doing nothing. I don't even like Drew, but I didn't see nothing Drew was doing to her. Oh, you trying to connect me to that man when you was the only person we kept seeing talk about that man. You the only one we kept seeing talk about that man was you, K. Michelle. Black this, black that, black in my DM. Okay, you're so fine. Okay, you're so cute. Okay. Right? But anyway, so then Shamil was like, gonna make a joke asking Kay, was she gonna have Drew sing the Star Spangled Banner or whatever? It's like, y'all obsessed with Drew. Why is the whole conversation about Drew? At the end of the day, the night before, since this is, the morning after, the night before, it was Angela Oakley that knocked y'all between the washer and dryers. So why is Drew the topic of conversation? Would anybody like to explain that to me? The only person should have had a problem with Drew was Shamia, all by herself, because Drew had that horse messing in that woman's yard. Okay. Let's just be real. It was Angela Oakley that knocked George and Tinkerbell and Shamia and Kelli in between the washer and dryer. Hey, Danya, thank you, girl. I don't understand why Drew's even a topic of conversation. Not because Drew needs protecting, but because Drew just ain't that interesting. How did she become the topic of conversation? Michelle Gray said Kay had a listening party for the country album on Queen Court. She sounded amazing. Yeah, Kay is an amazing singer and songwriter. Like, that's undeniable. Anybody say Kay Michelle ain't good at what she do is hating. And you lying. Kay is great at what she does. She's also a mess. Amen. Okay. So, anywho, then we get to Drew and her mama. Now, I do like Drew mama. It's rare when I don't like a mama. I usually like the mamas a lot. Drew mama, I really like Pastor Jeanette. I do like her. So they up there looking at houses, right? So they go look at this house, 7,207 square foot. Now that's a decent amount of house. That's a lot of house right there, And she talking about the tension and stuff in the house, and the judge ain't ruled on this and that. Now we know in real time what happened, and Ralph gonna get to keep his house, right? Since they so fond of saying houses belong to men, even though the women was married to him. So Ralph got to keep his house. But at this moment in the game, she didn't know which way it was gonna go. So she talking about it's a lot of tension in the house, and I'm so over the tension in the house. But I'm like, you so over it. But then when the judge made a ruling, Drew, in real time, we know you went back to petition the judge to ask you to let you stay in that man's house a little bit longer. So you wasn't that far over it, baby. Okay. So then she claimed that she taking steps, looking at houses and stuff, just in case she do have to get out. And that was a very good thing to be doing. But the problem is, I fear that Drew did this for television and sympathy. I don't think she was earnestly looking for a house. I don't think this was an earnest look for a house. I think this was just like Kelli looking at that house with the elevator in it because she wanted one because Shamia got one. I think they doing something for TV, because had she been earnestly looking for a house and making arrangements by that time, when that judge told her to get out, she'd have had somewhere to go, and she wouldn't have had to go back to the judge begging for more time to stay in that man's house. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. So then she starts talking about how her mama been helping her, and that's her support system. Her mama turning 81. She grateful that her mama's still there. That one kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit, because you can tell that mama, she real. I told y'all last season, Drew mama ain't really with a lot of her stuff, because if y'all recall, and they played the clip, Drew mama was getting her straight last year, like, girl, your children out of control. They don't even listen to me when I talk. Your children is out of control. You got to get them kids together. And so then we find out from her in the moment that Ralph was going for full custody, and that he making her prove that she was working when she said she was working. So basically, it sounds like Ralph is a legend. You is an absentee mama. You don't help me raise these children. I had these children more than you. You know, men like to do that. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not going to automatically assume he lying, but that's what he was alleging. And that apparently she was having to provide proof of her flights every time when she was out of town. She was having to prove to the judge that she was actually working and not just away from her children. Okay. And then we know how that turned out, because the judge ended up taking custody because she couldn't get them babies to school, even when she was there in town. Okay. So she said her custody at that point was temporary. He was going for full permanent custody. And then she ended up crying, broke down and was crying with her mama. And her mama went to praying for her, because that's what real mamas do. They don't call friends and have powwows and try to, hey, help my daughter take down this Jezebel. That ain't what real mamas do. So her mama went to praying. And I'm gonna say this. I want to say this the first time I seen Drew Sidora give anything genuine since she been on RHOA. Everything Drew has given us from the first moment she came there with that cockatoo or poodle fur on her head. Y'all remember them wigs she used to wear, the ones like they came with chin straps. She been fake since day one. She came in with a fake storyline. He gone to Tampa. He was out of town 3 days. I don't know where he was. You know, all them lies she was telling. Everything from Drew has been fake, contrived, lie after lie after lie after lie. Nothing real. You know, trying to produce scenes, pick with people to get them to attack her so she could play victim. This was the first time I seen Drew Sidora give us anything genuine. When she was up there fake crying, pretending like Ralph was doing something to her, I never fell for it, because bad acting is bad acting, and I can see through it. I saw through it with Kenya Moore. I saw through it with her, right? This scene right here, when she was talking about that Negro trying to take her babies from her, oh, that heifer broke down for real. Those were not fake tears. That was real. And I actually felt something. I said, oh, no. It was real enough that I wanted to go punch Ralph in the mouth. You could let that girl keep her churn and just help her. You know, I feel like Ralph was wrong for that, you know, but I don't know his situation. I just felt like it was wrong, because you acting like you can't be a helper. She can have primary custody and you help, or y'all can share custody. Going for full custody to just take that girl children, that's some mean crap, Ralph. That's some mean, hateful mess. It's mean. And I feel like his only motive is to make sure that he don't have to pay child support. That's just mean. That is freaking mean. But her breaking down like that, it really, you know, that kind of touched my heart a little bit. And it really, really touched my heart to see a real praying mama. That really, really, really touched my heart to see a real praying mama. Not one that pretend like they praying, dabbling in witchcraft. But I'm going to shut up. Lord, blessed by God, said she was dozing off till I said that chin strap. I'm just saying, y'all know them wigs she used to wear, it was tough. It was tough. He's mean. He's just a mean person. He's a mean person. Thank you, Bria Africana. So get this. So then we get Phaedra at the law office when Kelli come in, right? This wasn't no long scene. Phaedra in there with the other associate attorneys, she got a hearing coming up, or so she think. We find out later the hearing ended up getting canceled. Hey, Neo Aries, y'all hit the like button for me. So a special hearing, they got a hearing to try to get him in front of the judge, because remember, he don't want to pay no child support, and he don't want her to be able to film with the children. It's almost like Kelli's husband act like he don't want her to be able to be on that show to earn a living. Okay, you fell out with Kelli. Y'all couldn't work. The girl still got to raise your children, sir. Why are you trying to knock her check? Why are you trying to keep her from making money? You should want her to make money. That way she won't be asking you for nothing. That's what I think. Or maybe I'm being slow, right? But anyway, so they got that. So Phaedra was like, well, when have you spoken to this man? When the last time you spoke to this man? Kelli says she ain't talked to him in years. It can't be but what, 1 or 2 years since y'all filed divorce. So she says she ain't talked to him in years. Phaedra was like, well, how you feel about seeing him in coke? Because basically you gonna have to see this Negro in coke, okay? And she says she got anxiety. She just want to get it over with, and she didn't think it would go this far. The other associate attorney was like, well, hopefully he take the she said he was like, yeah, that's why hopefully he take the settlement that they offered, so this could just be over with, right? So next thing you know, all the other people left, and then Kelli was thanking Phaedra, oh, I appreciate you, helping me or whatever. And you ought to appreciate her, because ain't nobody else gonna do that for free for you. It just ain't gonna happen, right? And so Phaedra was like, well, basically I done been through it. And, you got to put on the full armor of God and the breastplate of righteousness, and handed her a nice little Neiman's bag with a bra. Because Kelli likes to talk about, oh, I don't wear no bra, I don't wear no bra. First of all, that's not cute. And you should know when it's appropriate to do certain things and when it's not. Going to meet with your lawyers with your high beams on, that's not appropriate. Going to court with your high beams on is definitely not appropriate. So Phaedra brought her a bra. She told me, I don't know if this the right size. She was like, girl, it's a double D. It should do something. It should wrap around them. And so this fool talking about if she wins, she gonna put it on. Phaedra say, no, you need to put that on before we go in court, because your nipples is out. And the fact that if somebody got to tell your overgrown tail to put a brassiere on and dress properly for court is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like at this point, Kelli, where is your mama? Why you don't know that? Who raised you? Ugh. So yeah, so they, she gave it a little bra or whatever, and they had a nice little kiki, little giggle. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, right? So then we get Drew and her people. I didn't know, we knew about the listening party from the sneak peeks. What we didn't know was that Drew was throwing a party for her mama. So she wasn't even telling us, that her mama was just turning 81 to tell her she turning 81. Drew was letting us know that Mama Drew was turning 81 because she threw her a birthday party. Well, during the course of this, we finds out that Drew had asked Ralph, could they do the birthday party at the house? He told her, well, it's my weekend to be in the house with my children, and no, you can't do it over there, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So I'm sitting there like, man, Ralph, you ain't had to be like that. But she claimed that Ralph and the mama been butting heads. So I guess that's why he didn't want them there, because she had all her kin people there and all that. So maybe that's why he didn't want them there. Or let me ask y'all this. Put a 3 in the chat. Do y'all think that Ralph didn't want the party at the house because her cousins was going to jump him? Y'all think it's possible that he was thinking, if I had this party over here, them people gonna jump. They're gonna jump me. Because I think they might have jumped him. They might have jumped him. Because she had all her kin people there for her mama, and him and the mama been butting heads, and he being kind of spiteful and mean. I think Ralph might have been scared he was gonna get jumped. Like the girl Scarlett say, come outside. We not gonna jump you. Come outside. We ain't gonna touch you. I think he was kind of scared he might have got jumped. Jay Rochelle say she think he was just, being spiteful. Michelle Grace say he just dirty. I think he was about to get jumped. I think I saw Allison, but I can't swear to it. I think I saw her, but I can't swear to it. But look, so anyway, then we see Porsha, Angela, and Phaedra show up. The rest of the ladies weren't there, but Porsha, Angela, and Phaedra was there, right? Did Cynthia show up? I don't think I seen Cynthia, but I seen Porsha, Angela, and Phaedra. Did I see them? Listen, I try to pack it down, but sometimes it come out. VJ, thank you for being 196, baby. Okay. So listen, so they show up, they sitting up talking or whatever. He's so trifling. Yes, he is. Child, hell no. He just trifling. That's just who Ralph is. Ralph's a trifling, shiesty character. So then they all sit down, the 3 ladies, before Drew get over there. Phaedra immediately tells Porsha about what happened with that horse. They didn't talk about, Angela's blow up and all that, but they had to tell Porsha about that horse, honey. The horse is a horse, of course. And Phaedra ended up telling them people that the guy Terry, the one that tried to expose Nene Leakes, the one we say looked like a ma'am, sir, and went on Tasha K, put a 6 in the chat if y'all remember that. Well, apparently now he's trying to date Drew, and I think he's trying to date Drew because he want to be on the TV show. That's just what a lot of us thinking. It ain't just me. A lot of us think that, okay? So he showed up to Shamia's house, in case y'all missed it, with their horse. And Drew claims she didn't know about the horse. I don't know if she did or she didn't, right? It do seem a little fishy. She came, as Beyonce, he dressed up like Jay-Z from back in the old Jay-Z videos with the scarf around his neck trying to look like the Godfather. Phaedra say he looked like a discount Jay-Z. Tell him about the horse. Drew came and sat down. Phaedra immediately was like, yeah, you ain't got no horse coming around here, do you? Letting her know, girl, we talking about you and that horse right this minute. We talking about it right now. So she was basically like, child, look, he did call and he apologized for standing me up that time. And Angela was like, oh, y'all done rekindled something. And I'm with Angela. Y'all rekindled something. Y'all definitely rekindled something because that man ain't going through calling your associates or people on your team to find out where you are to stalk you. That is not what's happening. That man did that because y'all done rekindled something. Angela owned to something with that. And so Angela asked her the question everybody would want to know, well, how he get the address? So she say Walter gave it to him. So, okay, this Walter person that's on your team, that man would not know to come all the way to Shamia's house, nor do I think he would have the nerve to dress up in costume. Correction, corresponding costume. Because it ain't like he just showed up in a random Spider-Man costume. You came like Beyonce. He come like Jay-Z. He came in a costume corresponding yours, bringing a freaking horse because you Cowboy Carter at this lady's house, leaving poop on the yard. I'm with Angela. How he got the address, it looked like y'all done rekindle something, honey. It just do, right? And we know Drew lie. Drew, and I almost want to just give it to her because Drew has not been able to lie this season like she normally do. Because, Shamia and K. Michelle keep picking fights with her. So she keep having to defend herself. So she really could not give us the lies that she normally give us this season. So I feel like we got to let we got to let Drew have this one because Drew has not been able to lie. She ain't been able to lie all season long, hardly. She told one lie. Shamia brought up Porsha when she did. I think that was the only lie she got off all season long. So I got to go ahead and let her have this lie. Because, it's a big lie. A horse is a huge lie, but I just feel like she ain't been able to get one off. So then Porsha tell her, well, now you got to go on another date with him. Drew say no, because he burdened me with a horse. So then I'm like, well, maybe she do. Maybe they rekindled something and he thought he was surprising her with the horse. It could be, maybe he was just supposed to show up and pretend like she didn't know he was coming and he went too far with the horse. I don't know. Angela was like, horses are expensive, and Drew ain't know if it was a gift or a lease. She was confused by the horse too. Could be not, because we know Angela mouth ain't no prayer book either. So then they decide they're going to go downstairs and get them a drink after Drew tells them she ain't dating Terry, the ma'am sir looking dude. Because she say he's been benched. She don't want nothing to do with him no more. So Drew starts talking to them about the fact that Ralph say, they couldn't have the party there because him and the mama don't get along. And she starts talking about she got a friend. And I'm just thinking, Drew, do something original. So because Porsha called Mike her friend, now you saying you got a friend. We ain't never heard you say that, girl. Stop. Just develop your own personality. Okay? As much as Drew and Angela like the bag on Shamia, I don't care what nobody say. Drew and Shamia is the same person, but that's not my business. So anyway, basically we find out that it's black because Phaedra messy tail gonna say, oh, you got somebody else besides Temu Jay-Z? Phaedra, people talk about she sit up and make faces. I think it's safer for Phaedra to sit up and make faces because when Phaedra talk, it's usually something she ought not to say it. Why would Phaedra sit up there and call that man Temu Jay-Z? And that's when she say it's black and my mama like black. I think he got a surprise for my mama. I'm expecting we gonna see the surprise child. We seen black funny looking tail, and I ain't see no surprise he had for you for the mama, unless it was something else that he gonna give her behind the scenes. But I feel like if you gonna show up on camera, you want to be seen so bad with your funny looking self. The least you could have did was let us see what you bought her mama, because he came in there with his pockets looking extra empty. His hands was empty. I don't know whether he went by a gift table before the camera caught him, but I didn't see him with nothing in his hand. Now, if y'all did, let me know. If not, type nope, N-O-P-E, in the chat, because I saw nothing in his hand. Hit me with a nope if you didn't see nothing either. So then Porsha was like, well, you know, in the confessional, ain't nothing wrong with dating two people, but she said she need to give little sis some tips, because she dating successfully and she did the little fishing thing like she reeling them in. We can't dispute that. We can't dispute that. Porsha go catch them with coin. She do catch with coin. She don't catch the ones that's play pimping. She catch them with the coin. Okay. Hey, Bap, thank you for being 206. So y'all ain't see nothing in black hands either. Okay, it wasn't just me. I thought I could have had a little narrow angle glaucoma or something. I missed it. He ain't had nothing. So then y'all, Dr. Ken come in. You know, the one that used to be on all the talk shows. I got 101 people that ain't hit the like button. I need y'all to treat me right. I got to get through a lot of notes for free. I need likes, begging for likes. So he come downstairs where the ladies went downstairs to get the drink. They had an Airbnb, remember, because Ralph won't let them come in to the house to party, because I think he gonna get jumped, and he probably would. So Dr. Ken come downstairs where the girls drinking at. Baby, why he latched on to Phaedra and act like he wasn't gonna turn loose? And Phaedra ain't no good either, because she up there hugging on the man, rubbing all on the man back. Y'all should see this. I mean, he all up in her neck, and she just rubbing on the man. I said, what the hell going on? After a while, I'm like, well, y'all ain't gonna turn loose. It's other people in the room. I said, what kind of cologne Phaedra got on? Make him do all that there. What the hell going on? So he eventually tear himself away from Phaedra with great effort. Like it looked like a Herculean effort to pull himself away from Phaedra. Child slid and pulled. I said, what's going on? Then he gonna lean over there to Porsha and was like, offering her therapy on her next marriage. On her next marriage. I said, hey, Sharon. And so she was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that no time soon. And so then he over there talking with Drew, and Porsha was like, well, you somebody that's been a long time married. He said, why you all in my business? So she was like, hey, you up in mine? She said, you ain't here for me, you up in mine. Hey, that's a fair question. You offering her therapy on a marriage that ain't even happened yet. Ain't nobody even proposing right this second. You know, with Porsha, we have to say this second. We don't never know. 1 minute this helper selling wigs and sheets. Next minute she be done jump the broom and down the aisle. So you asking about her business. She ain't your client. Drew is your client. You asking her about her business in her ear, whispering in her ear about her business after you just got through darn near plastering yourself to Phaedra like some cheap wallpaper from Lowe's. So I said, when he left, Porsha talking about bye. I said, yeah, bye. Get up out of here. So then after he left, Porsha gonna ask Phaedra, you moist? What was that? That was a fair question. What the hell was it? And Phaedra ain't answer no question. So I'm sitting there like, Phaedra, y'all seen that meme with that old lady that go, that's what I was doing. Phaedra, you was whispering something to that man that had him that engaged. What was you saying to that man? What kind of cologne did you put on? You and that man done crossed paths before? What's going on? Why that man was crawling all on you like that? And she ain't answer no questions before they went back upstairs to eat. Okay? And Drew talking about, yeah, I better hurry up and get something because church people like to eat. And they do. And they do. And pastors like to eat a lot too. And her mama's a pastor, so I don't know. That's when we see Black show up with them empty hands, okay? And the mama talking about, oh, you real, because apparently she only sees him in the phone. Drew telling the person in the confessional, the production person in the confessional, that, you know, because they was like, well, what's up with you and Black Nine? She was like, we still just friends because he busy and I'm busy and we mostly talk on the phone. We barely get to see each other, blah, 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 right? So I'm like, okay. Then she plays a birthday song for her mama that she made, and the mama up there dancing around and stuff. I thought that was a super cute scene. And I'm going to say this too. It was enjoyable to see her mama, and a blessing to see her mama be 81 and still able to get around as good as she's able to get around. So that was such a blessing. And shout out to her mama for having her dreads dyed red. Go ahead, mama. That's what I'm talking about. You know, mom, I guarantee, apparently she feeling a little grown. She colored her dreads. Okay. So I thought that was really a cute scene. I liked it. So then we get the next scene, y'all, which is Shamia, her husband, and the surrogate lady named Daphne. Okay. So the lady come by the house. Why we find out this juror first time meeting the surrogate. This the lady supposed to be the baby incubator. Why the man don't know who supposed to be growing his youngin'? Shamia, you ain't been handling your business. You too busy worrying about Porsha. You too busy worrying about Porsha. You done met with this lady, agreed with this lady. You know, you talking to other people about this stuff, and this the last male embryo. My husband want a male child and need a male child and male child and male child. And this the first time the man done met the surrogate? Shamia, come on. And ain't got but one male embryo left, and we done heard this before. We done heard this song and dance before, and all the other male embryos failed. You know, it didn't happen. And then Daphne talks to her mom and daddy over FaceTime, and Gerald thanks the lady and told her, you know, he appreciate her for what she's doing to help them out. Then Shamia sits down and talks with the lady after Gerald leaves. So Gerald immediately leaves the scene. That man really do not want to be on camera. When that brother said he didn't want to be on film, he wasn't joking. He wasn't joking. And shout out to him, because he's still trying to be supportive and do part of it with her. But that man don't like that camera. He just want to son by any means. I don't think he care. Yeah, but he should be involved in the process. And I believe he would be, because he seems to be a very supportive person. For somebody who desperately does not want to be on camera and he's still willing to be on camera for his wife, that's somebody that's supportive. If Shamia was carrying him along in this process, that man would be there. If he willing to be on camera and don't want to be, he would absolutely be at them appointments with her and meeting with these people and stuff. And that ain't what. So she's sitting down talking with the lady, and the lady was like, you know, she telling the lady about the failed transfers and all that. And the woman trying to encourage her, hey, Rochelle, thank you for being 217. So the lady's trying to encourage her and just like, girl, you know, I don't want to get your hopes up or whatever, but I feel like the light is there, you know, like the light at the end of the tunnel. And here comes Shamia talking about these women. Lord, girl, focus on your family. Here comes Shamia. Well, you know, my friends, the ladies I've been around, been telling me, the ladies I've been around, you know, that I'm dimming my light. And, you know, sometimes things just happen and I'm like, girl, dimming your light has nothing to do with the light at the end of the confound tunnel. She just heard the word light and went straight into victim mode. I cannot take it. Plus the fact, Shamia, it don't matter about your light being dim because you starting mess and then playing victim. You ain't got the cat, baby. You ain't got the cat. She do. So I'm just sitting there like, I can't. And the lady was like, look, you know, still trying to encourage her, like, baby, delay is not denial. I say this somebody that know the Lord. I could just see it in how she was talking, because that's true. A blessing deferred don't mean it's been denied. Sometimes the Lord ain't telling you no, he's saying wait. Sometimes he ain't saying no, he's saying wait. Okay? And we find out later that that's all he was saying, was just wait. You know, and hopefully that, you know, this will be a good, healthy, viable pregnancy and a healthy baby and, you know, a bouncing baby and, you know, all that. I just pray that every wonderful thing happens with that pregnancy. Then we get Porsha and Patrice. or Sway, what you call her. So Porsha at her house, the woman come by the house. So they in the house, flirting at each other at the door. Hey, too adorable. Thank you for being 217, honey. And Porsha in the confessional, like, she just got out of her divorce and she don't really know if she ready to move on, don't know if she healed. She just doing her life right now. And she said that it was a whole bunch of people in her DMs trying to date her. And I believe it. Let's be honest, that's a very attractive lady. So I'm sure it was. And she said rather than try to date Atlanta, she just wanted to date two people. She dated the man and dated the woman, right? And says she want to be intentional and honest. And it looks that way, even when it looks kind of uncomfortable, because neither party want to hear about the other one. It's like when she with the woman, she don't want to hear about the man. When she with the man, she don't want to hear about the woman. He don't want to hear about the woman. So, but she keeps, right on the front. Then we find out from her that one of the things that Sway does, Patrice, I hate that Sway mess. Your name is Patrice. One of the things that Patrice does is coaches people on opening salon suites and stuff like that, right? And so she was saying that she had to work, and Porsha said, I'm gonna log in. So apparently she does like virtual classes or virtual meeting coaching sessions, whatever. And she tells Porsha that she be nervous when she see her name pop up as somebody who logged in, she be nervous. They joke about her being a cute stalker, and we found out Pilar had a fever, so she didn't do nothing the night before. And so Patrice says, well, you want to go in every aspect of your life. And Porsha was like, you being shady. And she said, no, you just be on the go, whatever. And they mentioned about dating. And so Patrice says to her, so since we talking, right, love always and beyond. Mama named Patrice, I'm going to call her Patrice. Thank you. Ashley, Pink Pilates Princess say Porsha and Patrice got a ring to it. Yeah, just use names. I don't like all them nicknames. Probably because I'm old. But anyway, so she said, since we talking about it, where do we stand and this and that? Like she trying to see where the relationship going, right? And so Porsha was talking about Mike, and she said, what, is feelings over there? He got feelings. She said, well, I'm a lovable person. But then in the confessional, she said him saying, I love you too quick scared her. It should have, because it was fake as hell. It sounded fake when he said it. I didn't believe it. You shouldn't either. Sound like somebody trying to manipulate you. He's setting you up for the okie doke. Okay. So then Porsha tells her, well, the last time we talked, you was dating somebody else too. So back at you. So I had to stop. I said, wait a minute. So both of y'all players. Patrice was dating Porsha and somebody else. Porsha dating her and somebody else. But she keep trying to press Porsha, when you going to stop dating him? When you going to stop dating him? And it's getting, you not comfortable with Porsha dating somebody else because it's a man. Just like the men ain't comfortable with her dating you because you're a woman. I said, oh, this messy. I don't know how Porsha get herself in this type of messy stuff, but okay, not my business. I'm just telling y'all what happened. So then, when she asked her, she was like, so what you doing? When you gonna stop doing what you do? And so she said, well, I'm not dating nobody like I was, but I'm still engaging with other people. And so Porsha was like, so when you gonna stop doing whatever? She's like, I'm waiting on you when things feel right, when you get a feeling. So Porsha said, well, I got a feeling. And so the girl told her, like, well, I'm just now being made aware of your feeling 2 minutes ago. I'm just saying. So that's how that went. And so then she starts talking about how Mike started seeing stuff. Hey, Couture Bay, gorgeous is here. She like number 219. You on the plane? All right. We're going to pray for traveling mercies for you up there. Y'all, Lord, protect my sweetheart while she's in the air. In Jesus' name, amen. So then she tells her about Mike. Like, well, it's, the more time I spend with you, it's like, it's, it's starting to change things, and he's starting to have a problem with it. So then Patrice made a joke from the girls' trip. Remember, they was over there, and the man said, you're gonna have a problem with lesbian. So this fool say, lesbian gonna be a problem. I couldn't do nothing but laugh because that was funny. That was funny when the man said it, because we didn't know what was coming, and yeah, it was a problem with lesbian. So Then she ended up telling him, maybe you transitioning. And Porsha wanted to know what the transition was. And she starts talking about, well, to a full lesbian, but then say she don't do labels. And that she says she's Porsha sexual. I'm just like, y'all, this whole exchange, I'm writing it down, but I was cringing because I'm just like, what am I watching? So anyway, that ended. On to something that I could really dig my claws into. Angela, Charles, and the children sat down to dinner. This should have been early on in the season. So they sat down. We found out that instead of selling the house, Angela done moved tenants in. And Charles was like, well, yeah, that's some, that's income, that's money moving. And because that's good. You can't just be buying property, have it sitting stagnant, and then you just got to pay property tax every year. That's foolish. And play for the upkeep and all that. Right? So she got tenants moving into that house, the one she had all them spiders in. Her daughter called her mama a boss, like my mom's a boss, big up in her mama in the confessional. They look real cute sitting side by side. We seen little snapshots from her photo shoot with her fan line that she called Fangy. If she ever release them, I'm gonna buy some. I support all of our sisters' businesses, whether I like you or not. I'm gonna do it and say she got some beta products, for beta testing that she gonna pass out to the ladies in the group. And I thought that was nice. So then Angie gonna ask Amari, what did she say to girl? Valeria, whatever her name is. If I got it wrong, could be Valerie, something with a V. Okay. She said, well, where's she at? And Amara said, well, she working. It's hard to tie her, pry her away from her work. You can't get her away from her work. And so, and said basically that Angela hadn't had a conversation with the girl since she found out they done snuck off and got married and didn't tell her. Right. And so they called. Amara was like, well, you should call her. So Angela said, yeah, go on, call her. So they called the girl on FaceTime. They talking on FaceTime. And Angela was like, yeah, the last time, you were on the phone when I was around, it was heated because me and Amari was going back and forth. Blase squaze. They showed the clips of that. And then the young lady apologized immediately. And she told her, I'm really sorry. She acknowledged that them doing that was hurtful to Angela. And I'm going to say this. I find it very weird to see people acting like any mother wouldn't be hurt if your child went and got married behind your back and then kept it from you for an extended period of time. Any mama would be offended by that. Unless you just didn't raise the child, you're going to be offended by that. Okay? So anyway, young lady apologized. She gets on off the phone, right? And so Charles was in the confessional and he was like basically saying, that he understands when a child keep a secret for that long and the friendship between the child and the mama, they got that good camaraderie, they real tight like that, that's gonna hurt. And he was like, she feels left out, and rightfully so. So it was good to hear him talk up in Angela's behalf on that, because he's her partner, that's her other half, that's her covering, and he's the one that's done had to sit there and watch her be hurt. Even though she may try to be tough in public, any tears that were shed, he was the one had to sit there and try to comfort her through it, because her baby, took a step that big and then hid it. Because that's a big step. You getting married and hiding from your mama is insane. So anyway, so then Angela tried to pull him in it, talking about why I feel like I'm having this talk by myself, and he say, you the only one talking. So then she gonna try to pull him in and talk about, well, do you think she should have got married? Like she want him to weigh in on something. And he was like, look, she got to make her own decisions. And I'm with Charles on that. The girl got to make her own decisions. I just say it's not good to hide stuff from your mama, right? So then Lil Mara said, she opened up. Baby, y'all, let me tell you, this was the moment. Y'all ain't gonna believe who came across my mind when this child said what she said. Amari said, I feel like I was secretive because I didn't want you to be right. You know who came across my mind, y'all? Candy. When Amari said that, Candy came across my mind, because I have said for the longest, Candy stayed with Todd as long as she did because she did not want Joyce to be right. That's why she did it. And a lot of times it'd be hard to admit that mama was right, because in the moment you feel so strongly about something. Hey, Sheila Donaldson, y'all tell Sheila, welcome. Thank you for being like number 227. I thought about Candy. I said, see, but at least the baby was clear enough to catch it sooner. I don't think Candy was ready to catch it and admit to that as soon. I think she most stubborn. She was older. She probably felt real foolish, but I'm glad she listened to her mama and got that prenup, because Todd was sure going to try to clean her clock. Yes, he was. I don't care what nobody say. He was going to try to clean Candy clock. So thank the Lord that she got that prenup and protected her coin. Right. Thank you, Aries Diva. She did not want her mama to be right. But mama was right. Mama was right. Your mama might be rough. I don't know who need to hear this. Any young people listening, your mama might be rough. And sometimes as mothers, we can be abrasive because we done lived. And we know that the world going to be hard on you. So we can't pet you when you walking into danger. But your mama might be abrasive, but understand, that's the lady that loved you before you knew who you were. She ain't going to tell you nothing to hurt you. Listen to your mama. Your mama ain't going to tell you nothing wrong. Amari say she admitted it. She was being secretive because she didn't want her mama to be right. I said, ooh, this baby done really cracked the code. And then Angela said, well, are you having regrets? And the child said, yeah. And she said, I think you was right about a lot of the things about getting married and how much, work it is, and how much work it is. And Angela said, this is what marriage is. You done seen me go through it. You done seen me full-blown pregnant with your sister and not knowing if we was going to stay married or not be married. You done seen all these ups and downs, and you went and jumped your tail in that. That was a real moment. And she was like, well, she going to ask Charles, well, do you feel like marriage is hard? And he said, yeah, marriage is hard. Life is hard. See, when children is young, they think everything is easy. They think what they see on Disney is real and all that stuff. But sometimes it takes to sit down and realize, hey, these old people ain't trying to stop your fun. They're not out here to just try to stop your fun. They trying to tell you, hey, we walked that road when it was a dirt road. We walked that road when it was a dirt road. And ain't nothing new under the sun. I know exactly what you're heading for. So then Angela was like, hey, when it comes to this marriage here, it ain't been easy for us, and I ain't always been easy for him. And the child say, well, it's not easy, and you were right. And she said, you were right. Like she was accepting it like a defeat. And it's like, baby, it's not a defeat. It ain't like that. And I was glad that Angela, gave it to her straight but soft and just told her like, hey, I ain't want to be right. I wanted you to be happy. I want you to be happy. I don't need to be right. I'm trying to keep you out of something. Okay. You gotta keep him out of something. Say Angela slipped. Would she have seen her mom pregnant with the son first, or is he from an outside relationship? No, I don't think she slipped, because we already knew the story about when she got pregnant with the girl and she caught him doing his thing, and then she left and ended up coming back. They were separated. While she was pregnant, when everything happened at Madison Square Garden, and then he went to doing his thing, and then he had to try to get her back. We already heard that story. But yeah, Auntie Eva, I love how Angela responded. That's why I said we got cheated out of a lot of the scenes with these ladies being mothers, because it absolutely humanizes them. I don't necessarily like any of these ladies. They're not really pleasant people. But when you see them interact with their children and be mothers, it really humanizes them. And I love the way it softens them and makes you see them outside of these characters they portray and all this overacting and overproducing they do on these shows, thinking that this is what the audience want to see. I love seeing them as mothers, and I love that scene. Then we got K. Michelle and her party, right? So the party is then kicked off. We get to see K. Michelle's sister, who looks so much like her, and her voice is very similar to K. Michelle, real kind of nasal and twangy, because the Tennessee twang is different than Florida, Georgia, Carolina, which is why, as a side note, and I'm just gonna say it because I can, when I see people who ain't Southern from nowhere come in, especially when they come in from other countries and they want to act out Southern or pick up what we call a black scent, which is mockery, by the way. They all try to get this weird universal Southern accent thing, and they don't understand. As Southerners, we know the difference. A Georgia Southern accent is nothing like a Tennessee Southern accent, which is nothing like a Kentucky Southern accent, which is nothing like the Carolinas, and not a god doggone thing like Florida. Nothing like Louisiana, nothing like Mississippi, nothing like Alabama. Honorable mention Texas because they Southwestern. But when you get people that come in like, oh, we were studying the accents and we were studying the accents. And then next thing you know, they all come in with this fake Southern mess. It was just cute to hear K. Michelle's sister had that same little twang, that same little Tennessee twang. It was absolutely adorable. But that's just by the way, by the by. And she looks so much like K. Michelle. She looks so much like her. And she was talking about how she's proud of her and how the mom and dad is proud of her and all of those things. And Kay said, you know, what other Black woman yodels her way through an education? And I said, absolutely correct, because I do love that bit of trivia about K. Michelle, because some people don't know that she got a yodeling scholarship down there to the illustrious Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida. Shout out to them Rattlers. Want to see y'all do better down there. So the rest of the ladies go to arriving. Kay and her crew backstage prayed before they went out. Kay had on initially her black leather dress with the polka dot gloves. I loved it. It was a nice little look. It was very cute, very, 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 very chic, but also very country. Like it really gave. Hey, Cosmic Queen, thank you for being 233. So then we see Phaedra with K. Michelle's sister. She hugged her and told her, like, girl, I thought you was K. Michelle, because she really do look like her. She real little like her and everything. Drew shows up with a big old fan. Cynthia came in, you know, asking Kelli, you know, what happened in court? Like, is it all over? Like, you safe? You straight? That's when we found out wasn't no court. And Phaedra said the man is not suing the county as a delay tactic because he was trying to stay out of court because he knew them people was going to make him pay that money. He knew that. So he went to suing the county as a delay tactic because then that gave the judge more things to have to review. So the judge had to push him back off the calendar, right? Mm-hmm. So anyway, after all of that, Kelli over there being cringy in the confessional. Oh, I'm raising 4 daughters by myself and I do it with hair and nails and talking about her titties. And I'm just like, what does that have to do with? She's so cringy. It's like she's always looking for a one-liner or trying to sound witty or something. And it's like when you try, it never works because it's not real. When you try, it just never, ever, ever works. But yeah. So Drew comes in. She's in the confessional saying she's surprised she invited. Why? It's the, you know, final episode. It's the finale. I'm pretty sure they told Katie that she had to invite everybody, right? To say she loved K. Michelle music and all that. She greeting everybody, Pinky, Shamia, Kelli, the whole. She greeted everybody that she know don't like her, which is good. You got to, right? Well, you don't really have to, but I'm glad that she did greet everybody that don't like her. You may as well. You know, people that you don't like, they greet you, right? So the first thing Kelli did was, oh, what you got today, a lion, tiger, or a monkey? Because she's trying to steer the conversation to a horse. Now, I want y'all to pay attention here. So Drew was like, well, I have a horse now. I'm like, Drew, that's exactly where she wanted you to go with the conversation. She naming random animals because she wants to talk about the horse. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what I think. Kelli went to steering the conversation to the horse to give Shamia a chance to give the girl the paperwork in front of everybody. When Shamia could have just called the girl immediately. You know you got her number. Drew, whether you had something to do with it or not, that man brought a horse to my house, it pooped in my yard, and the HOA is at me. And this is a no. No, she wait till she in front of the camera, in scene, and then tell Kelli, set it up for me so I can talk about it. And I know that's what happened. Kelli set that up for her landlady to be able to do the paperwork in front of everybody to make a production of it. Period, point blank. DS talking about the goddamn Hobbit's work is never done. Okay, DS. Okay. You crazy. I love you though. But you crazy. So anyway, she's like, I got a horse now. I don't know what to do with no horse. And Pinky say, well, cut off his tail and put it in your hair. I said, okay, I guess. So then Kelli starts cackling and being loud. K. Michelle with the shady chime in. Oh, don't you start that laughing. He. Don't you start that laughing. And it's like, let's talk about it. Did we not always know girls like that in high school that was messy, sit up and talk about people and then come talk to them? And then once you get them talking, all y'all go to cackling like real loud over the person like it's an inside joke. You want them to be uncomfortable because you want them to know that you was talking about them. Put a 7 in the chat if you knew girls like that in high school, because I think we all did. I think Shamia dropped the dime on herself, because how the HOA saw it that fast? Did Drew lead a horse there? No, she ain't seen it there, because that's supposed to have been just the day before. HOA ain't moved that quick. I don't believe it. Cosmic Queen says, so Terry bought the horse and Gerald allowed the horse on his property. That's Gerald Bill. Good point. I see them 7s. Y'all knew them heifers like that. Y'all knew them. Them was the ones ain't never had no edges. They ain't never had no edges, always trying to loud talk people. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they all had a certain look to them. They all had a certain look to them. They was never, it would be the girls that, hey, the Bridget Nicole, it would be them girls that they wasn't ugly, but they didn't never have a look together. Yeah. The girls with bald-headed energy. Like, even if they had hair, they had bald-headed energy. It'd be the girls that their mama gave them a relaxer at home, and it never relaxed all the way. Like, it leaned back, but it never completely relaxed. It'd be them girls that, like, they get a new outfit, but something about it don't fit right. They iron their clothes, their jeans and stuff, but they never really had no creases. You know, they get a new pair of shoes, but it was the ones from last year. Like, it was them girls that just, the look just was never all the way right. You know, hair up in a ponytail, but they got to get bobby pins, because if not, the hair gonna fall down because it ain't long enough to get caught up in the rubber band. Them girls, the ones used to put their hair up in the ponytail and use the rubber band off the collard green stalks. Let me hush. I'm getting too specific. Somebody gonna be done inbox me and say, "Hell, I know you talking about me." I don't care, but I'm just saying. Just saying, right? Anyway, so after all of that, then here comes Shamia, right? After the shady chime in and the cackle, because apparently they had all been told that Shamia coming with the paperwork to the party. Who brings that kind of paperwork to a listening party? Like, weirdo. How did you even know the conversation was going to go in that direction, Shamia? Unless you directed your tenant to do that. Let me find out Shamia got Kelli working off her rent. I ain't gonna judge her. Because Porsha got Drew over there taking pictures and promoting and selling wigs in order to get them free. Stuff happens. You got to do what you got to do. So anyway, Shamia told her about the horse. She's like, yeah, you know that horse crapped in my yard. And Drew say, evidence, please. I ain't never heard nothing like that. You ain't told me nothing like that. Yada, 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 right? So she pulls out the papers. You not even pull them out. Little papers look like they was already in her hand, ready to go. They wasn't even folded. If I remember correctly, I might have to go back and look, but I don't remember seeing a crease in that paperwork. I think that paperwork was perfectly flat and smooth. Now, I'm going to go back and look. Do not hold me to that. I will go back and look. And if I see a crease or a fold, then I'll post it in Discord. But I believe it was real smooth paper, which means you had that, you know, somewhere neatly tucked that it couldn't get crumpled up. Okay, you didn't have it from earlier in the day and you forgot to take it out your purse. You brought it there just for that. Bridget Nicole says Shamia has become the landlord, soon to be the lender. Baby, she probably lending already. Brian said that's probably what happened. The rent due on the first. Hello, and she got to put up. She got to do something. It was smooth, wasn't it? I thought that paper was real smooth. Lord, Veronica says Shamia becoming unlikable. Becoming. Whatever you say production set that. Nah, Shamia set that. Shamia said that. Can't nobody force Shamia to bring them paperworks there. Belicious says Shamia printed that out from Chat GPT. I ain't never seen the HOA move that quick, honey. Not dropping off notices. And the HOA normally put it in the envelope, put it in your box, or tape it to your front door. In a neighborhood like that, clearly it's going to be in the mailbox. Where was the creases? Paige say, we used to keep them collard green rubber bands in the junk drawer with the ketchup and the mustard packs. That's right. Not Hobbit for rent. Mm-hmm. Baby, they going to put it on production. This wasn't no production. Shamia did that. Okay. Am I wrong? When the HOA give you notices, is it not either on your door or in the mailbox? How in the world could it have been smooth? Antoinette, I'm going to go back and look. Because that paper look mighty smooth to me, honey. I would look now, but we ain't got the time. Belicious say her property is so large, I can't see the HOA finding her like that. Maybe a warning, but an automatic fine. Yeah, not an automatic fine. It would have been, you got to remove this in X amount of time, not immediately give me $2,200. I ain't never heard of that either. Jazz the Gem 8, thank you for being 240. Now she becoming unlikely. Unlikely to do what? Oh, my. Oh, they were folded, and she had a white envelope. Okay, that makes me feel better, that they was at least folded. I'm surprised Shamia belonged to the HOA and her home has a name. It depends on the neighborhood and the subdivision. There's some really big houses that still have to deal with the HOA. The HOA is disgusting. Yeah, some of them either mailbox or on the door. But a house that big and fine, I doubt they got the nerve to tape something to that door. That would have to go in the mailbox. Mm-hmm. I know what you've been, Jason Jim made. I just had to mess with you. You know I ain't got good sense. So anyway, after she pulled that out for the $2,200, then Drew was like, girl, this is performative. And I did think it was strange that you just had them papers waiting. And Shamil was like, girl, you brought a horse to my house and it pooped in my yard. So Drew was like, well, I didn't know that the horse was coming. And I didn't make him poop in your yard. She said, you coming at me like I'm the one made him poop in your yard. Right? And she said, and she was like, you really corny, but I look into it, and told Phaedra, can you look into this for me or whatever? So Phaedra looking at the papers, I guess Phaedra say, I'm just free counsel for everybody. Pinky talking about, oh, she can't take on nobody else. Pinky, you can't tell her who she could take on. She's the lawyer. You sell sandwiches. Respectfully. So I just thought it was funny. It was really silly. Drew talking about no pictures, no evidence, but we did see pictures of horse crap, or some type of crap when they was out there at the Halloween haunted barn. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go back and look at that picture again, because that did look like some old poop. You know, it had started to change color. And if it had just happened the night before, why would that poop have changed color that quick? You know, I'm from the country. Okay, I was raised around horses and cows. I'm from Ocala, Florida. That is the horse capital of the world, honey. Definitely the horse capital of America. I done seen horse crap. I'm talking about everything from Arabians to Pasafinos. I ain't never seen no poop change color that quick. That poop looked like it changed color, like it was hard and changing color. And it just happened last night. And it looked like little bricks, like it came out of a dog. Because when horses poop, even if it's pellets, it be piles of it. Like, horses don't make no little bit of boo-boo. They make a whole lot of boo-boo, and it stank. You say the neighborhood is old. It don't have a HOA unless it's a new thing. That's what I'm saying. You can't say what they got or not. You got to go find out from the county. Shamir trying to punk somebody for money is utterly ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You my neighbor from Gainesville? All right, 352. 352, stand up. I'm just saying, horses make a whole lot of boo-boo. That was a real little amount of boo-boo for a horse. What the picture that Shamia showed us when they was at the haunted barn, that was a small amount of boo-boo, and horses is stank and horrible. They be piling up the boo-boo. So, I don't know. Pink Pilates Princess said they sell prank poops on Amazon. That's nasty. That's nasty. Why y'all? Let me find out y'all buying boo-boo. Y'all better not be buying no mess. Sandwiches. She sells sandwiches. And call people sluts when they walk in the door. Yeah, that was some small boo-boo for a horse. You know, larger animals have bigger scat. I'm just saying. Not my business. Wasn't my yard. Sure wasn't none of my horse, okay? So anyway, moving right along. So then, after they have, you know, poop gate, they looking at the papers, Phaedra looking at the papers. I think it was K. Michelle was like, well, how much they want? They say $2,200. Angela behind talking about some, what, the horse had diarrhea? Why they charge $2,200? Basically, people trying to figure out how much poop would it have to be for it to cost $2,200 to clean up? I would like to know. I personally would like to know. Okay, been around horses my whole life. I ain't never heard of that. Hey, Kimberly Day, thank you for being 245. But anyway, so Porsha arrives with Patrice. Porsha and Patrice, P Squared, come in. Not the Nigerian singing group. This P Squared, Porsha and Patrice. They come on in. And they show up and they smiling and cheesing face to face or whatever. Soon as they come in, Shamia over there making faces. I'm like, Shamia, did you have a light stroke? Why is you making faces? What somebody, y'all better not be saying that Shamia boo-booed in their yard. Now, I only caught one comment, but y'all better not be doing that. Okay? This just y'all better not be saying, let me see. Okay. Shine bright. Don't you be saying that lady boo-booed in her own yard. She is not Amber Heard. Don't you say that. Don't you say that. I'm going to get you. Okay. Hey, Gigi. So anyway, Shamia over there making faces like she done had a light stroke on her whole left side. And then she in the confessional talking about, oh, I'm a reciprocate the energy. I'm a match the energy. And I'm just sitting there. She matching your energy. The girl wasn't giving you no energy. Why couldn't you? This is what I'm trying to understand. Why couldn't Shamia match Porsha energy when she was ignoring her? Do you know how much I would have ignored Porsha? If Porsha ain't studying you, don't be studying her. I asked this last season. I'm going to ask it again this season. Who the hell do y'all think Porsha is? This is not to diminish her, like, you know, you're not important in your own right. Everybody's important. Everybody's special in their own right. But I'm just saying, Porsha ain't God. So what if she don't want to talk to you? Don't talk to her. If you walk around like you do not want to talk to me, then don't talk to me. Can't know about you talking to me. That's the energy that Shamia should have been reciprocating. And people wouldn't be looking at her the way they're looking at her right now. Now that the girl is not matching your energy because you call her mama a hoe and sneaking to try to get your hands on her child behind her back. Now this the energy you want to match. You sure? Because this fool talking about she want to go to hell. And I don't know too many black folks want to go to hell. You know, most of us love Jesus around here. We ain't trying to go to hell. So the fact that this fool talking about she wants to go to hell with you, not this the energy you want to match? Are you sure? Brian said you could tell Shamia was bothered when Porsha walked in the room. Yeah. Ain't no way in the world. Thank you, Jay, as a gym mate. Shout out to Fantasia. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. I'm out there making all them goddamn faces. What the hell wrong with you? Looking like Ace Ventura, making all them faces. And then Kelli walks up to Porsha. Oh, this your girlfriend. So Porsha say, yeah, let them know they officially dating or whatever. Right? Then everybody in the confessional, you got Angela saying, oh, this is a hard launch. Angela, it was not a hard launch. Porsha came there telling y'all she was going with a man and a woman at the same time so she could ease y'all into the idea of her going with that woman. Porsha ain't had no genuine interest in that man. That man pulled that fake I love you line, and Porsha looked like she looked like he was a horse that just pooped in that bowling alley. Porsha wasn't interested in that man. Just dragging him along like an old dirty towel because she didn't want to just come out and say, ooh, season 17, I like girls. So, well, I don't really know. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. Girl, you done already figured out which way to go and you done went. So Angela talking about it's a hard launch. Stanky Panky talking about, oh, she glowing like she 9 months. Porsha talking about, yeah, it's official with Patrice. And that Mike found out via social media, and I didn't do right by him, but I made it right or whatever like that. And she say in her defense, she used to get married. You know, she not really used to the dating stuff like that. So as long as you made it right, he found out via social media he wasn't being for real, and neither was you. So it is what it is, right? So then anyway, Angela go. Oh, wait, before that, this the part that got me too. Wait a minute. That's why we got all these notes, because it was a lot of parts that got me, as y'all can see. K. Michelle up there gonna tell Patrice, take care of my friend. She really love you. Not I love you. She really like you. She told me that. Why are you calling Porsha your friend? Take care of my friend. You don't like Porsha. You do not like Porsha, girl. You are fake as a $4 bill, but you up here telling Patrice, take care of my friend. Mm. 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 So anyway, Angela started passing out the fans to everybody. They looking at the fans. Wasn't nobody even trying the fans but Porsha and Drew, you know, the people that want to be there. The hater crew wasn't even trying the fans. They Kelli and Shamia up there and Panky them just making faces, looking at Phaedra, Porsha, and Drew. Drew decides she gonna have a Beyonce moment. They blowing the air on her. They playing around. The fan done tried to snatch Porsha wig off, but apparently that wig glue that Porsha be using is good wig glue. It's better than Candace Dillard Bassett wig glue, and that is saying something, because that wig did not move. That fan caught that wig. She up there showing Patrice that fan, and that fan grabbed that wig and said, "Yakko, baby, that wig didn't even shift." Go back and look at it. That wig ain't shift, moved. That wig was cemented down just like this to grow out my scalp. That wig did not move an inch. So if y'all, looking for wig glue, I'm just saying, if Porsha got some on the site where she selling wigs, you might want to buy some, because that wig did not move. But that fan sure tried to embarrass her. That fan tried to pluck Porsha like a chicken. And I'm telling you right now, if that fan had plucked that wig, I would have hollered, cried, screamed, and rolled on the floor laughing. I'm talking about it would have been some ignorance. When I came on this live stream, I would have still been water running out my eyes laughing if that wig had yacked it up. So Angela was like, yeah, I got to put a warning on these things, child, because he tried to pull the wig. I said, yep, sure did. Almost got him. And then the line dancers come in or whatever, and they look like they was about to have a good old time. Mm-hmm. And then K. Michelle hit the stage, right? She done changed to a white dress at this point. I said, okay, come on, wardrobe changes, superstar. So we get to hear her song Jesus and Whiskey, and I like it. I really like it. And then the Jack Daniels song, the only man she can, the only man she trusts, or the only man she something. I like it. It sounds good. Then you got Stanky Panky. Boy, she got one of the stankiest, most unpleasant personalities for no reason. Because if y'all notice, Pinky ain't really been in it with nobody. She was talking about Phaedra behind her back about meat that Phaedra never even said, because it was Kelli. But Pinky ain't never really been in it with nobody. She had a little back and forth with Angela, but she always got something negative and stank to say for no reason. Just random stankness. So she's like, oh, Drew could never. Duh. Of course Drew could never. Drew knows she could never. Drew is a whole whisper singer. What is you even saying? This ain't about Drew. This is about Kay. Kay on the stage. But anyway, so then Kate, Stop had a moment where she's like, she met some wonderful ladies and they changed her life and they're beautiful and, they making their money and taking care of their families and blah, blah, smackety, said a whole lot of really nice things. And I said, oh, that's so sweet. That's so nice. So then she decided to switch over to VSOP, like a slowed down. It was more slowed down than usual. And she hands the mic to Shamia. Shamia did horrible. The other ladies that were just playing with it, I really enjoyed that a lot more. The epicenter was in Hawthorne. Let me text my nieces right now, because they out there in Hawthorne. 1 second. I'm coming. I got to check on these children now. Okay, hopefully one of them answer me back and say something. Thank you for the heads up. Anyway, so Shamia was terrible. She was trying to sing, but it was real bad. Angela just, joking and playing around and playing along, sang with Porsha, Pinky, Phaedra, Kelli screaming and yelling. Apparently that's all Kelli can do is scream and yell. Phaedra was like, well, all the ladies here could sing in the church choir, but ain't no Whitney Houston's among us. I say, yeah, that makes sense. And then she hands the mic when she handed the mic to Drew. Oh Lord, Drew was struggling real bad, but instead of her just having fun, it's like she was trying to actually sing. And then you got Kelli in the background screaming, give the mic back. And I'm like, why are you trying to make this a negative moment? If everybody playing and having a good time, why are you being negative and nasty and screaming for the girl to get the mic back, right? Drew was acting weird. When Shamia got the microphone, I don't know if y'all seen it, but Drew was in the background with Angela, cackling and picking at her and stuff. And it's like, just let it go. If she want to do that, let her do that. Like, there was no reason for all of that. Okay. I just felt like that was a bit much. I didn't really like it. I thought it was kind of nasty for no apparent reason. Yeah, I can't stand Kelli either. And it's like that whole little nasty crew over there, like they do random nasty stuff for no reason when nobody is bothering them. And I think that's what's so off-putting. Legitimately, nobody pushed your button. Why are you talking? Why are you sounding off? Foghorn Leghorn. Why? So anyway, then Kay and Drew hug, from the stage to the floor, and I thought that was cool or whatever. So then they get back, once the performance is over, they back in their own little corner. Everybody, they kicking it. Everybody look like they vibing. Cynthia's like, hey, that she's really proud of the ladies and it was so nice and she really enjoyed them. And none of them may know the words. And Kay told her, she was like, it don't matter if you don't know the words, just act like you know them. Just saying something. Because the rest of the ladies didn't either. Yeah, the hater crew stay miserable. Stay miserable. My niece say she didn't feel nothing in Hawthorne. Hold on. Long as they all right. Okay. Well, they good to go, so I'm good to go. But yeah, so she was just like thanking K. Michelle for getting them all together and all of those things or whatever, right? And then Kelli was like, oh, I needed this to let my hair down, blah, blah, blah. You needed it, and yet you was trying to ruin. It was a small, really small. Okay, bet. But you tried to ruin the vibe by being nasty for no reason. And trying to help Shamia pull stunts at this girl event for no reason. Like, just why be a loser? Like, why do that? So Pinky then announced, "Oh, I'm not gonna do bankruptcy no more. The Lord had other plans and some other stuff and whatever." And I'm just like, girl, only for us to find out that you filed bankruptcy anyway. You announcing no more bankruptcy only in real time for us to know that you absolutely filed bankruptcy. Girl, at this point, we tired of hearing about bankruptcy. We tired of hearing about being vegan. We tired of hearing about vegan bankruptcies. We just tired of you. Hey, D, thank you for being 252. Okay. So nextly, after all of that, everybody doing good. Then we hear Porsha and Patrice, they not with the crew. They over there to the bar by themselves getting drinks, right? And so they toasting to being official, toasting to them officially announcing a relationship. Pinky then decides, well, let's make it messy again. Everybody getting along, ain't nobody fussing. Let me see if I can cause some mess. So she got to point out that K. Michelle and Drew hug. Oh, that was a nice little moment with y'all. Pinky didn't mean that. Stinky Pinky didn't mean that. That was for her. That was for her to go back and strike it back up for Drew and what's her name? And I'm gonna stand by that. Pinky is a very messy little thing. Just like K. Michelle told her what happened between her and Shamia, and then she got on screen talking about, oh, I just feel like I could feel the energy is off. You ain't felt no energy. You said what you said because K. Michelle told you what happened at that club with Shamia and her mama, and you wanted to talk about it. So you went the line talking about a goddamn the energy. You feeling some energy. You ain't felt no energy. You ain't felt no energy. Okay. Now what you say, sis? Professional singers do not want to be caught off guard or do not know the words to songs. I can't agree with that because I used to sing. It's a whole lot of people on the spot. I don't care when you call them, they gonna sing. And usually that's when you have some of your best jam sessions when you ain't planning it and you just vibing. And it wasn't a performance. You with the girls, y'all having fun, do your thing. She did it over there in in Scotland with the little whisper song, like the Yin Yang twins. She could have did that there. Drew was acting a little weird. She was acting weird and she was struggling. Like, all you do is whisper saying, girl, you could have said very special. That everybody else was just, playing around on the mic. You could have played around on the mic. But what it is Drew wanted to be able to say she sounded so good, and she did not. She did not. She wanted to feel like she sounded so good. It's just like when Candace Dillard Bassett pulled her up on stage when she came down there that season and was like, I'm gonna let Drew sing. Drew got up on that stage and choked. Drew is she's the chokinator. Even when it's just fun, she choked because she take herself too serious. That's why she always being phony and trying to act her way through everything and can't never be genuine. Sometimes let your hair down. Just be yourself. That's when, that's when the real you come out. That's when the real you come out. Drew just full of crap. Now, I ain't finna cape for her. Y'all be cutting slack for these helpers, but I ain't doing it. Because it don't make no sense. It don't. Drew ain't had to do that. She ain't had that to do. So anyway, when Pinky brought up the beautiful moment between K. Michelle and Drew, and then, of course, Drew cannot be out victim by nobody. So she's sitting there, oh, I never knew why this and that. And, because they, oh, you crazy. No, you crazy. And Kay's like, oh, you don't think you could be crazy? And she's like, I can be. But, you never told me what exactly this. And you talking about plots and all that. Drew didn't have to bring all that up. All she had to say was Drew fell in the stinky pinky trap. Because all she had to say was, girl, I can be and you can too. And left it at that, love you, whether you mean it or not. And y'all could have moved on because Pinky was trying to set up a trap and Drew, over talk and tell, ran right into it. It sure don't. And Al B. Sure had to go get singing lessons after he got through it night and day and he went to whispering at us with that unibrow. A lot of people have to go get singing lessons. Ain't no harm in learning if you love it, right? So anyway, back to what was going on. So they going back and forth. We talking about Black again. And, what did I do and this and that? And Kay said, well, you was insinuating that I knew that man. And so Drew said, well, you did know him. And she said, how did I know him? She said, because you said he DM'd you. She didn't mention the DM yet. She was like, well, because when you saw him on the phone, you addressed him like somebody you knew. And production did roll the footage where she was like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you. Like this somebody you know. If you just being, in my opinion, if you just being friendly, right, you could have been like, man, what's up? How you doing? And kept going. Now, hey, it's so good to see you like you done seen him before. I do believe she was probably just being disingenuous. Some people be extra friendly, being phony. I don't think Kay really was messing with that man or knew him like that. I just think she was being phony and then decided to try to use that as a way to pick a beef with Drew. And it fell flat because a lot of us didn't buy it because we never saw Drew put her with that man. But anyway, so they went back and forth. And then Drew was like, well, everybody heard her say she didn't know him, right? And she was like, but he was in your DM. And so then K Michelle got caught up in one of her lies because she wouldn't shut up and was like, well, I never looked at the DMs until after you said that he was your friend. No, ma'am. I don't believe that 1 minute. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So then here comes Drew like she got some kind of smoking gun. Well, that would have been in August or September when I said that. And here's the screenshot where you messaged him back in February, which it wasn't even no serious message. And then, of course, you got Phaedra sitting there like, girl, keep this. Keep this. Because right around the time when Kay was telling her tale about, oh, I never looked at the DM until you said he was your friend, Porsha walked back over there talking about something going on. Yeah, something going on. Them girls bickering. So then that's when she showed a screenshot. Phaedra like, girl, you should have saved that. Don't be bringing out no text messages from Black. That fool talking about save it for David. I don't know who David is, but definitely save it. And people went to separating them because they was getting loud. And somebody, now y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all feel like somebody pulled Drew down? Because it looked like whoever was trying to separate them pulled her and she lost her footing and she fell. She's saying she thinks somebody pushed her. I didn't see nobody push her. I give that maybe when they were separating her, she lost her footing because they didn't know that her feet wasn't under her like that. I don't know. What I will say is it was pretty funny when she hit that floor. It was a little funny, especially once I knew she wasn't hurt. But she got on up off the floor and she left out. K Michelle hollering behind her, talking about, girl, go sing the national anthem and, whatever. So I thought that was so funny. That's what I thought, that I saw somebody pull her and she lost her footing and she fell, right? Trying to keep them separate. Because somebody was pulling Kay back too. They was kind of in front of Kay, but they was behind Drew pulling her and they was in front of Kay holding her. So they was trying to keep them both separated. I don't think it was intentional. Drew made out like she felt like Kay's fans pushed her down. Porsha went to check on her, and that's when she said, oh, they pushed me, her fans pushed me or whatever. And it was so funny because Porsha was like, did they push you or did you Porsha wasn't buying it. She was just like, yeah, she don't really think that that's what happened. She don't really think that's what happened. She was like, well, your pants is a little long. Maybe you tripped on, the hem of your pants because your pants are a little long. That fool talking about that, basically that Drew felt like, she was saying like, well, maybe she felt like K Michelle fans was yelling at her to get out of there and they breath pushed her down or something crazy. And basically saying that the argument didn't have to happen. And the argument didn't have to happen. Drew did that because she thought she had her a gotcha moment. Everybody keep looking for the gotcha moment, and I think it's ridiculous. Like, stop trying to get gotchas. You ain't gonna get it. Everybody this season who's tried to do a gotcha has gotten got. The gotchas have not worked this season at all. They all fell flat. Yes, Porsha is very silly to say that K Michelle fans yelling for her to get out of there is what pushed her over. Okay. So then we get to the wrap-ups. Even when they wrapping up for the season, giving you everybody wrap-ups, and I'm going to tell y'all in advance, the wrap-ups told us absolutely nothing. They were still going at it while they supposed to have been taking a group picture. Now, meanwhile, Drew walked off like she finna leave. Spoiler alert, she ended up coming back, and I think production told her, you better go back because we still ain't wrapped you up yet. You got to go back. So anyway, she walks off, right? They taking pictures. She not trying to come back. So they was sitting there like, oh, Drew gonna be here in spirit because they wanted everybody there. They wrap up Phaedra, nothing to say. They wrap up Pinky, $4 million in debt, chapter 11, and she on TikTok addressing haters on her bankruptcy. Angela decided to be messy in the middle of the wrap-ups, like, Porsha and Shamia, y'all good? Porsha say no, but we good right here. We good just like this, just like it is. And Shamia talking about, oh, thank you. That girl ain't looking your direction. She not finna play with you no more. She not finna be cordial. She not finna do nothing. I advise you to leave that big, strong, corn-fed Negro alone. Just leave alone because Porsha don't want to be friendly or even pretend to be friendly with you no more. So then we get Shamia's wrap up that the booty rum is finished. Now she want to do perfume. I don't know how we go from booty rum to perfume. I don't know how we did that, but yeah, perfume from the booty room. I'm gonna say this in advance. If Shamia come back and we find out that perfume bottle is the shape of a booty, I'm going to scream. I'm warning y'all in advance. I'm going to go live. As soon as the music cuts, I'm going to deliver a blood-curdling scream. You had better mute your televisions, your laptops, your phones, your iPad, whatever device you're watching me on. Because if Shamia Morton Wangi comes in here to sell us perfume in a booty-shaped bottle, I am going to scream like the bride of Frankenstein. She had better not, and I mean better not, get on our screens and try to sell us booty do. Now, we done suffered through rum bum, but we had better not see booty do. Booty drop, booty roll, booty juice, crack of dawn, nothing to do with a booty. I mean it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. The bottle better not be shaped like a behind. Bet not. That's all I'm saying. Bet not. So anyway, after we get that, then Kelli decided to bother Angela. And I'm gonna say this for the record. I need somebody to explain to me why Kelli keep going for Angela. You're not gonna win one. You're not gonna win one. I'm not the biggest Angela Oakley fan. She really got on my nerves last year. This year, but you can't keep up with that girl verbally. You can't. Every time Kelli say anything to Angela, Angela pull out a buzzsaw and try to make her 3 inches shorter. So she jumped for no apparent reason. She talking to Shamia and Porsha being messy. Ain't nobody called Kelli name all night. Next thing you know, here she come. Oh, Angela, you wore your heels so you feeling powerful. What does powerful have to do with anything that's going on? Why are you addressing her about her heels? And so then Angela say, and you have on your kitten heels. And oh, my heels just as tall as you. And Angela said, and your bills are too. I said, see, this is why Kelli need to stop talking to, still stop talking, period. That would do us all a favor. But she decided she gonna keep playing with Angela. So this fool done told her, your bills are too. This fool gonna tell Angela, stop worrying about my debts and worry about yours. And she say, no, worry about the lawsuit from your husband. I say, see, this is why you need to leave these people alone. Don't say nothing else to this lady. Please don't say nothing else to this lady. Okay? So then we get Angela's wrap up. Her and her daughter doing good. She gonna drop the fans soon. I guess whenever she drop the fans, you know, hopefully, sisters, we can buy a fan, support the lady. If I was in Atlanta, I would go buy a waffle and a piece of chicken from Kelli. You know, you black, you selling something, I'm buying. Okay, so let's try to support them. Then we get the wrap up from Kelli after Angela told her, worry about that lawsuit from your husband. They let us know the Sandy Springs restaurant closed. We already know that because Drew Messy Tail went over there and put it on Instagram. You know, that was embarrassing. The children can now film on the TV show, which is nice. And the production gonna show the footage from Drew's messy Instagram live when she went over there to show that lady restaurant was locked up. That was so messy. And then we get the update from the court with Phaedra saying that the judge did find him in contempt for not paying that child support. Okay. For not paying that child support and locked him up until he pay a $31,000 purge. Now, for those of y'all who do not know, the purge is when a man is behind on child support and they go to court for a court date. The judge can arrest them right there in open court and let them know you can pay your money right now to the cashier. You can go home, or they will lock you up until you have somebody bring your money and pay a certain amount of your arrearage to get you out of jail. So he had a $31,000 purge to pay to get out of jail. I don't know whether he got out or not. I'm sure he did because he was doing interviews and stuff. But yeah, 31 grand purge, that means you owed a whole lot of money, right? And yeah. So anyway, Drew, that's when Drew comes back after the Kelli wrap up and the court update. So she come back, oh, I came back, I love these ladies, I'm not gonna let a nasty invader run me away. I don't like that term, Drew. Why are you referring to K. Michelle as an invader? Were you an invader your first series? I mean, you literally came in there with an alien on your head, passing it off as a wig. Did that make you an invader? I don't like the fact that she making statements like you don't fit in and nasty invaders. Like, Drew, you ain't been there but a couple of seasons yourself. And you only survived and only look as decent as you do because Porsha had mercy on you and gave you a wig. Because your first season, Kenya Moore was treating you like you trying to do with this girl here. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's not cute or nice. Nasty invader. If y'all had words, then keep it on that. If y'all had words, keep it on that. Nasty invader, you don't belong. Like, ooh, I'm part of the cool kids club now. You can't get in. Like, girl, you barely in. You barely in. That girl tolerating you. She tolerating you. And the only reason she helped you with them wigs is because Porsha really don't like Kenya, and Kenya kept picking at you about you wearing them Sharpays and Shih Tzus on your head. Okay? I don't like that. That was nasty, and Drew ought to be ashamed of herself. Nasty invader my foot. Anyway, so then we get the Drew wrap up where they saying that she divorced, got to leave the man house, lost custody, and paying child support. And they went on the group, took their group picture. We get the K. Michelle wrap up that the album came out on July 31st. If y'all like country music, or even if you don't, support K. Michelle. Go stream something. I'ma stream something. Go stream something. Support this sister with her album that dropped on the 31st. That's 2 days ago. Okay. Then we get the Porsha wrap up. She's still with Patrice, and she not married. And they did address the picture on social media where people was pretending like the woman had proposed to her and they was finna get married. We've already debunked that. That was a whole social media AI thing. Okay. Whew. Y'all, we made it through all them cotton picking pages. Now I'm gonna tell you like this. Okay. I'm gonna tell you like this. This was a hell of a ride. And as much as it was a lot going on in this episode, I enjoyed that it kept moving. The dialogue, the interactions, everything kept moving. I enjoyed that so much. I do, however, reiterate what I said at the very beginning of this live stream. I do not like, nor do I appreciate that they saved all of this for the very last episode of the season. I think that is not fair to the fans. I think that that's a cheat to the fans. You cheated us. I think that the rest of the season, it was so much contrived mess. It was so much trying to cook up a plot, so much trying to expose this, everybody trying to get a gotcha moment. We didn't get anything genuine until the last episode. Now, on the bright side, because y'all know I love a bright side. On the bright side, it's telling me when they start filming for season 18, we gonna have some mess to unravel. If Stanky Panky come back, she gonna have to deal with, making nasty comments and people reminding her, girl, you announced that wasn't gonna be no bankruptcy, only to get a big old bankruptcy, have to fight to keep your house and do TikTok songs to explain what bankruptcy is. K. Michelle gonna come back in. We know she coming back because Andy like her. She's gonna come back in, dueling with Shamia if she come back, and Porsha, because she done told Porsha about her glory hole and Shamia about her hallelujah plotting and planning, name calling mama. We got Angela. I don't know what she gonna come back with, but Andy Cohen made it clear when Shamia was on Watch What Happens Live, when she was like, oh yeah, she could go, and he was like, that ain't gonna happen. So we know she coming back. But if Shamia come back, she coming back with Angela on her neck. Angela's not gonna get up off Shamia's neck. I can tell y'all that right now. She ain't getting up off her neck. If Kelli managed to come back, she gonna have to deal with Phaedra. She gonna have to deal with Phaedra. That's gonna be a little nasty. That's gonna get a little nasty, because going at it with Porsha is one thing. Hey, Kashana, thank you for being 266. That's one thing, because you going at it with Porsha, Phaedra still being cordial, because she know how to still be cordial with people. Just because her friend don't like you don't mean she gotta pretend she don't like you. Right? Now, whatever you say, Carrie, is this you? Because I keep asking, is this Carrie? Carrie, is this, if this you, tell me in the chat, because I like to know who I'm talking to. But she said, K. Michelle said she loved Porsha tonight on Watch What's Happened Live. Okay, well, maybe so. You landed. Okay, praise God. The baby's back on the ground. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. But so maybe she won't be dueling with Porsha, but if Shamia come back, they gonna be dueling. They gonna be dueling. And if so, then we got to look at how much more is K. Michelle going to expose about what she heard while she was over there with them people kicking it, right? Phaedra is very good at being neutral, but I think after Kelli done sat up here and talked trash at her, and I wouldn't have took help for her if I knew she co-signed. You did know she co-signed. You just knew you needed free legal services because you was over here, down on your luck. And I'm not somebody who get a real kick out of talking about people ain't got no money. Like, I done been there, like, not for long, but I done been in situations where the money get bad. Like, if you live, you gonna be up, you could be down. Stuff can happen. Stuff can happen. Like, that's life. I don't understand nobody getting a big kick out of people losing money or people not having what they have, because at the end of the day, it can happen to anybody. I don't care how good you got it today. Tomorrow might be your turn. And I see a lot of that with the fans too. Like, oh, you brokey. It's like, and some of y'all late paying y'all rent right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can dislike somebody and not glorify in your downfall. Do that make sense? And I think it's starting to take a little bit of a dark turn when it comes to Kelli, because Kelli is she's not a likable person. I'm gonna be honest. Sister ain't likable at all. She got a real nasty. She real nasty. But I'm not gonna sit up and be like, ooh, that's what you get. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, you brokey this, brokey that. Everybody was really tickled on the reunion trailer because Angela was like, what she told her, you got new teeth and nowhere to sleep. Okay, that's fine. I could deal with that. That was, you being slick at the mouth, y'all roasting. It happens, right? What I didn't like was throwing the broke B at the end of it. I ain't like the broke B at the end of it, because you didn't need that for an exclamation point. That was just, in the gutter for nothing. Yeah, the standard, child. We talking about the standard, B-licious. The standard. The standard. You know what I'm saying? We could joke about you looking a mess. We could joke about you being ignorant. We could joke about the fact that your bosom it look like a flotation device. It look like it don't even go with your body. We could joke about a whole bunch of stuff. But I just feel like by the time we sitting up glorifying in the fact that somebody money bad, you better recognize it might be your turn tomorrow. It don't take nothing but a series of unfortunate events, like Sneaky said. That's all it takes. Angela, you doing good now. What happened if something happened to your husband? Oh, that's a moth. Y'all, I thought something had flew up in this house. I was finna run. Woo, y'all was finna see me take off. Y'all didn't see how quick I turned around? I don't even know how a moth got in here. It's a candlefly. Y'all see it? Ooh, child. I was finna hit it. I was finna hit the road, Jack. But yeah, I just didn't, I wasn't really digging that. Everybody thought it was so funny. I didn't think that was funny. T. Monique say, right, no need to go to the complete gutter. No need. It's like the whole thing with the mamas. Okay, you can talk about what the mama doing. If the mama met up and told you something crazy, you say you jumped too. Girl, I was finna get up out of here. Hey, y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know me. I was finna hit it and hold it. And Papa ain't here to kill it either. I was finna get in that truck and put my foot on the gas pedal, and I don't even drive at night. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so we gonna see, what happened at the reunion. What they do, y'all, they normally give us a week off before the reunion, or is the reunion coming next week? Somebody tell me in the chat so I know what we up against. Because this might be a rough ride for us ladies. Might be a rough ride for us. Is it next week or it's the week after? When does it air? Anybody? Don't everybody tell me at once. Somebody. A week off. Okay, thank God. We do need a week off. Because I feel like, I think I heard them say they're going to do a 3-part reunion. You know, they never need 3 parts. I won't say never. Very, very seldom do they need 3 parts. I think we're going to need a week off to catch our breath with an F before we go through 3 parts of that. We need a week off. Now, that don't mean that some old bull crap ain't going to jump off in the meanwhile, because you know these hookers don't know how to act. But hopefully we get the week off. Don't be no mess. And we can just get into the reunion when it come back. Oh, quick disclaimer before we roll out tonight. Anybody who watching on the replay, don't come in here policing me. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm saying this. So after the last live stream we did, somebody jumped in my comment section because they didn't like what I had to say in defense of my own people. Okay. You say it's saying 8-9. Ain't no week off? Are you sure? Paige, look again. Look again. Oh, Lord, please no. But yeah, somebody jumped in the comments and had a problem with my defense of my own people. I'm going to say this, and I promise you I'll never explain myself again. Listen, nobody jumped in my comments to cry when I called Kelli Potter on using the word African as a slur. Every time she talking about, oh, she with an African, she talking to an African. And K. Michelle, oh, Shamia had me up in there with her mama and 4 random Africans. Nobody cried in my comments when I checked that for what it was. It's xenophobic, it's nasty, it's ignorant, and it's rude. Nobody cried. Nobody. So when I call out Stanky Panky for her anti-Black American sentiment, don't even think about going in my comment section to cry. Don't even think about it. Because if you do, I'm going to meet you there, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. We're allowed to defend ourselves. I don't know who told people we wasn't, but we are, okay? Don't do it. No. I need a week off. I'm tired. Truth is, I'm tired. Oh, I'm sorry. Say no week off plus ultimate girls trip with Nene. Gato mighty mo. Right, T Monique. It's like people have become very accustomed, comfortable, and entitled to Black American women's emotional labor and us defending other people. The minute we defend ourselves or our own people, we're villains. Oh, no, don't you defend yourself. How dare you defend your people? How dare you call out when we do something racist or xenophobic to you? How dare you call us out for disrespecting you or trying to erase you? Don't do that. You can defend us. Matter of fact, we demand that you defend us. We demand that you defend everybody. But don't you dare defend yourself. I'm sorry, it's the wrong platform for that. I keep it real, as y'all know, on my way out the door. Y'all know I keep it real when it comes to everything around the board. If somebody is not being fair to women, I say it. If somebody is not being fair to children, I say it. If someone is being harmful to any group of people, I will say it. But I can promise you, I can assure you, I can absolutely guarantee you, any and every time something is being done that is aggressive, disrespectful, oppressive, discriminatory, or derogatory against Black American people, I am going to say something. These are my people. That's what's in my veins. And I'm going to say something every time, okay? So, take that for what it's worth. Take it in love, okay? Hey, Yana B. Colley, how you doing? RN. So, yeah, we're going to get up out of here. Y'all know what time it is, all right? If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, I need you to pretty please hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Okay? Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because we happy to have you here and you like it here. So make sure you come back. Don't let this be your last time. If this was your first time, don't let it be your last time, because we love having you here. Make sure you're in Discord. They normally know when I'm going live before everybody else does. And then you don't have to worry about notifications because Discord gonna send you that notification as long as you have your notifications turned on. Now, if you want to join our membership and put a crown by your name, there is a join button beneath the video and a membership link in the description box. Also in that description box, we got the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. We want to make sure that every one of our daughters are safe. If your girl left home last year, get one. If you can't afford one, holler at me in Discord and I will see to it that your family gets one free of charge. The link is in the box, or you can go to Amazon.com and type in Seanitra. The book will pop right up. We also have the link to our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent the royal family. And the link to my Amazon wish list in case y'all want to help a girl. You know, little knickknacks, paddywhacks are in there. Pins, snacks, tea, because I have to nurture my throat. All those little things are there. I appreciate all the support, all the love. I want to say a special thank you to Nap Queen New Orleans and also to Erisha Sims for supporting the live stream. I appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody who hit the like button, everybody who put a like number in the chat, everybody who left a comment, everybody who sent up a bubble, and everybody who was kicking it with us that wasn't even able to type. If you were here and you heard the sound of my voice, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. So listen, get your sleep. Good night. Sweet dreams. Say your prayers. Do not go to sleep without praying. That's dangerous. And when you get up tomorrow for work, school, wherever you headed, be positive and productive. Encourage the people around you. Remember to also save energy to encourage yourself. And in case nobody else says it to you, always remember, God loves you. I love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again soon, okay?